tabletop audio coming through?
I hear some very light stuff on tabletop audio.
Good, good. Oh, I'm in his
We'll
seat.
see. It actually looks like I'm looking now. Bill's ping is green for the first time, I think, ever.
Yes. And you're loading. It's fantastic.
What magic is this?
Oh, he's not over the pond right now. That's what.
Yeah, no, I'm back stateside for the foreseeable future.
You can do it.
That's good.
Stateside, like East Coast states?
Gimme.
Yeah, East Coast. I'm in Vermont right now. I'm gonna end up in about a month. I'll be at my ultimate station in Connecticut.
Right on.
First time, and I don't know how long. I'm completely loaded in.
It might be ever.
Because you're in the United States where we have real internet.
Actually, now that he says, I think the last time I did load in all the way was when I was at a hotel in Albany, New York.
Hotel internet is finicky, but not because it's America. Because hotels are cheap ass pieces of shit,
Well, I don't want you to get too comfortable.
right? I mean, I'm only going to stay there for 8 months out of the year, so why should I be comfy?
Yep.
Depending on the hotel, you can spend a lot more money for a slightly faster amount of internet.
Yeah. No.
It's just so weird seeing the orange hand.
Right? You're like, who is this neighbor I have?
Yeah, I used to have this whole side of the table.
What all have I missed over the past few sessions?
Oh, man. Well, it seems like a great time to do the recap.
We successfully did a stealth mission with the 3 stealth mission with me, Jeremy, and Matt, who are not well known for completing actual stealth missions ever. Inevitably, every stealth mission the 3 of us go on, one of us will fuck it up, and it's not consistent as to who. Could be Kizik decides to do something retarded because it's funny. Could be I decide to do something retarded because I think I can get away with it.
And it's funny.
Some of those things usually happen. In this case, we successfully somehow did it.
That's a miracle.
It is.
No kidding.
Yep.
It was so good that we got extra 5 XP for it.
Yeah. I mean, that was also because, you guys jumped out of an airplane and nobody died.
Oh, yeah. We jumped out of an airplane and no one died.
That's unprecedented.
Yep. I was sure it was my turn, too.
Also, I found out that we are in our 4th year of Edge of the Empire.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet.
Yep. I had to do the math today. All right, so I'm going to send Kizik a quick text message, unless Randall knows where he is.
Nope. But he did text me today, which is different. I
Right?
wanted
I'll
to.
be there as soon as I can. We just made it back.
Oh, he sent a message?
Hmm?
Yeah, did he? Yeah, he did.
Huh?
Yep. Right? I'm going to go ahead and turn this beeping off, because that beeping was that. Okay. Alrighty, so, the last time, the members of the crew, Ghost, Craven, and Kizik, as the characters, let's see if I can remember this without looking, Dex, Painbot, and Master Waz. Yes, Man, that was good. I wonder if that overlay shows on the stream. Managed to do a stealth mission. So they had to steal some coordinates. So they Halo jumped down to a planet, managing not to get themselves killed in the process. It was amazing. They were super stealthy. And while they were doing that, Randall flew the dropship away, and stayed out of sight and out of mind until it was time to pick them up. Now, there's this time frame of about 4 to 6 hours where Randall and Clax are on the ship by themselves, unsupervised. And the captain didn't tell anyone who's in charge. So, of course, Mr. Clean is going to assume he's in charge. Because he's the oldest, so that's how that works, right?
You left out. You left out something important.
And what was that?
It was the coup de grace of our stealth mission. It was where it was where we literally planted evidence and made the scene so that it would look like internally they had some issues with their people, and there was murder, stealing.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
we framed that guy.
They framed multiple people for multiple crimes they didn't commit.
We didn't even just frame him. We erased his identity, made him into someone new, and framed that guy.
It was a rough night for that guy.
Oh,
Yep, and that guy who you traded his identity for is dead, and it was a friend of his. So now one of his friends is just missing. He's gonna think
he's going to jail.
he's gonna think he has multiple personality disorder or something. So
He might.
here's what we've got going on. I'm going to give Randall and Clax the opportunity to do something, and during that time, so that the other players have things to do, you guys will have the option, if you would like, to play as... Oh, we've got a weird... Somehow, Clax has multiple boxes open at the same time.
Yep, and it's because I can't see any of them or close them.
I had that bug in Ghosts thing earlier. How did I fix that? I did eventually manage to fix it. It was a ping thing, I think, with mine. I can't remember how I fixed it either.
Trying to figure out if there was a way for me to like refresh or something like that without actually leaving.
Holy shit, you got like 3 things open.
Yep.
I want to open 3 things.
Well, they're not actually open. I had this problem in the D&D table. In Ghost D&D table last time.
You didn't leave?
I think I may have left and come back. I can't remember how I fixed it. After I fixed it, though, it went away and it stopped happening. So I think it was ping related.
Okay, I know how to fix it. Hold on. Wait, it's already fixed.
He already disconnected.
Yeah, I thought I was helping, but
Sadly, that wasn't intentional.
So
I opened one of the bags you were in and looked at it.
yeah, I did that too. It didn't help. So anyway, back to my original train of thought. There's Sidus, there's Mr. Clean, and there's Lucy on board the ship. And you guys can NPC them while the other 2 members of the party do the thing that they're potentially going to do here. Or we can we can fast forward time, basically. And they can swoop up and meet with the party. I'll let you guys choose. There is a bonus thing to be had if Randall and Clack successfully beat their part of it.
I'm all for trying.
With that said, you won't be, spending that time advancing the main story. So it's really up to you guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I want to try to wait just a minute. So I envisioned this as Mr. Clean being played by Ghost, Sidus being played by Payne, and Lucy being played by Kizik. But you guys can.
That's what I would have picked. Yeah, I already
Okay.
picked Sidus.
Okay.
I want to be the young, cool, awesome cyborg kid.
Mr. Clean was human.
Basilisk.
No, he's the forearm people.
It's tokens right here. And Sidus is here. And Lucy's here. Okay, so Klax did not go with the shuttle to drop you guys off, so he would have been in the ship the whole time. And being more weapons oriented, I'm guessing he'd be keeping his eyes on the scanners and jazz like that. And go ahead and give me a perception roll for keeping an eye on them scanners. It's just going to be a 1 purple.
Hold on, I'm pulling up my alternate roller since I'm not connected right now.
Mm-hmm.
One purple.
Yep. Part of shadows in orbit above the planet.
You said perception, right?
Yes, sir.
2 success, 2 threat.
Okay. So you start to see, at first you're not sure what they are. They're small, fast-moving objects. They turn out to be TIE fighters. 2 of them are on patrol. They're not actually like heading straight for you or any jazz like that, but they are patrolling the planet, and you realize that the party below doesn't realize that there is starfighter support in the system. You manage to follow them on sensor. You rolled advantage or disadvantage?
I've rolled threat. Success and threat.
Okay. You rolled success and threat. So you managed to follow their flight path into the asteroid field that you're currently hiding in, and realize that they must be based somewhere in this little asteroid group that's in orbit. And if you do anything to move the ship around, or even the shuttle coming back, it could potentially tip them off as to where you're at. Of course, knowing where a fighter base is could present a interesting option, as part of the refit crew did mention that the back cargo bay is now set up in such a way that you could put a small fighter in there.
So, let me make sure I'm tracking this right now. So I'm on the main ship.
Mm-hmm.
Drop pod shuttle we can launch is currently away.
Yep, and it's on its way back. So it took the crew members down to the planet, who just did their amazing halo jump and landed on a landmine. It was amazing. Randall decided to GTFO after that because he had 2 brain cells to rub together. So he decided to leave, and he's now on the way back.
Was I able to follow his path to his actual location?
Nope, you have that he's somewhere on one of the asteroids with where you're at. That's what the threat and success was trying to figure out, was how much you knew and whether you were in immediate danger. The answer is yes, you're in danger. And you don't know exactly where it is. You just know that it's around your immediate vicinity somewhere. That, or he crashed into the side of an asteroid, but you consider that possibility to be pretty unlikely.
And my character's expectation is if I move, I will be detected.
Yes, if you move, you'll be detected. It's even possible that the shuttle could be detected if they're looking. Randall, you're flying the shuttle back, all happy, and you managed to do a thing and not get killed.
Yes.
I want to send a warning to Randall.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
I don't remember if we got it or not, but did we get encrypted?
It's not a matter of whether it's encrypted or not. I mean, if you send a signal, it's going to be an energy pulse that's going to be seen. It doesn't matter if they can tell what the communication is.
I mean, I'd still would send him a signal saying we're not alone here. There's a potential TIE fighter base. And be cautious at the same time that I'm going to alert the other members on the ship of what is going on and have them start moving to weapons, shields, and
Okay.
various things of that nature.
So your thinking is not strong enough to get to the planet, but definitely strong enough to get to the ship that's coming. So maybe a lower power transmission doesn't get picked up. I like that. Randall, you're going to get that message. Also, everyone on the ship. Kizik, are you in chat?
He is. He's logged in.
He's logged in. I don't know if he can hear us.
Sounded like it may have been his cough.
That was me.
Didn't sound like his call.
No barking.
Okay. Well, in a minute we'll have Kizik. But so far we have Sidus and Mr. Clean are definitely going to hear. This PA, Clax, is going to come over the PA and say what exactly?
I'm going to say that there's a potential TIE fighter base. I need personnel to man guns and shields and be ready for a fight.
It's always something around here. Always something needs fixing or our ass needs saving. I'm tired of this bullshit.
This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna go get in the tractor beam turret.
Okay.
I guess I'll make my way down to the guns.
I'd like to be running circles around Grandpa. Super
Ooh.
excited.
They call you Zoomers.
Kizik, what's Lucy doing? Okay. He's
Must not have his hearing aids in.
I'm guessing. It's worth noting that when he does get in, I was trying to have him in here for this part of it. Mr. Clean's actually learned a little bit of Mandalorian to try to communicate with Lucy, and Lucy's learned a little bit of basics. So between the two of them, they can kind of communicate with a low degree of accuracy. Every once in a while, in the heat of the moment, if you two try to talk, I may make you roll for whether or not you correctly interpret something, pull pin, throw grenade kind of thing.
Pull grenade, throw pin. Got it. What do I do with this part? So we can move the asteroids around, right?
Some of them. I mean, some of them are actually going to be too big, even for your super tractor beam.
That's fine, but you could create a domino effect if you move the right ones in the right ways.
You sure could.
Enemy, do I have a gunnery skill or something that I can look up?
So, whatever skills... We're going to try to use your character sheets because I forgot to make custom character sheets for these guys. But what you're going to do is, so in Payne's case, he would move... Actually, Payne's character's probably pretty well sorted. Basically, the cybernetic guy has a melee skill, equivalent to your primary combat skill. Mr. Clean has a leadership skill as his strongest check, so whatever your strongest check is, that's your leadership check. His secondary check is his mechanics check. And Lucy has a pretty ridiculous everything check.
So the kid is melee, not range?
Oh, that's right, he is light ranged. Well, he's a little bit of both. I'll let the player use discretion. Is Kizik in here yet?
It's in here, just fine. corner waiting for something to do.
Holy
What?
crap!
The
Yeah,
fuck was that?
yeah.
This is what Lucy sounds like. She's just having a good time.
Um, that's really close to the mic.
And now that I've turned down your volume, are you gonna blast my ears out?
I was gonna turn it down to 0.
It was really loud.
I don't know what it was. It was like, has he gained that much weight?
Oh man.
That was fat guy voice.
It's a bad guy voice. It's just a really nice little tiny kid voice.
No, you're way too close to the
That's
microphone.
not a kid voice.
It's probably
It's not a kid voice.
You're way too close to the mic, man.
Well, I don't know what you've been doing with kids, okay? But they don't sound like that normally.
They do when you put duct tape on them.
Probably fair. Not if you put it in the right places.
That was your parental advice last night.
Yeah, you're supposed to duct tape their mouth shut so they can't talk. And it's good advice. Puts them right to sleep.
All right. So what's Lucy doing when all this alarm goes on?
I didn't hear the whole thing. I'm gonna say I'm just finding like my nearest escape route and sitting close to it, looking at it, and then looking around.
I'm gonna have to turn your gain down a little bit more. Let's try 80%.
Is this better?
Yes, much better. It sounded like you were talking through a bullhorn.
That's what it sounds like when Lucy's talking through the vents.
Sounded like he was talking through a bullhorn that was actually attached to a real bull.
All right. So you guys are manning battle stations. You man battle stations. Nothing happens in the immediate future. What do you guys do next?
How close have I gotten to the Proto Shadow?
You're capable of docking. As long as you're not going to turn around, you're capable of just docking.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, I want to fly. Hopefully, I can get this quote right. I want to fly, make it look like I'm flying casually, getting close but not too close.
It was close.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So you dock.
And in my casual flight back, was I able to see anything whatsoever on any of the radars?
That's good. Give me a perception roll. 1 purple. Center, you outside?
I should be on push to talk.
You're not.
Nope. Now you are.
I am.
Nope.
Oh, I got one of those lovely 0 success triumph rolls.
Okay. All right. So you don't see anything. As far as like you're looking for like the threat and you can't find the threat. However, when you go to dock and you hit the autopilot button, it looks for an auto dock sequence and it starts moving you away from the ship all of a sudden. You're going to scramble because it's a Triumph, so we're going to make sure it's a good thing. And you're going to scramble and hit all the buttons and get it switched back to to docking with the ship, but you're going to realize that it tried to, lock onto a homing beacon on a nearby asteroid.
So from this auto dock, I'm assuming that, well, one, there's a trap somewhere, so.
I know he tried to dock with a different docking station.
Yes, so clearly something in there has been manipulated, whether it be something on the Proto Shadow or something on this, on my craft that I'm flying right now.
You could also
You do know that there's a secret TIE fighter base around here.
Yes. Okay. All right. How badly do we need this this craft that I'm flying right now?
I mean, it does successfully dock, and you do need it, and there's nothing wrong with it. You completely misinterpreted that.
Yeah. Well, I think the second time I heard it's like, well, if I turn on auto dock, but I just get off and I let it go to the TIE fighter base, then we'd know where the TIE fighter base is. But we'd probably lose this craft.
would we, since you received the auto dock sequence, would we then be able to like input it and run it again, simulate it kind of thing to see where it would have taken us?
Yeah, you can just you can just triangulate it. The whole point of the Triumph was to give you the location of the base. Yes, you can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Very easily without sacrificing the shuttle and alerting everyone to your presence.
Okay. Glad I made that a lot more complicated than it needed to be.
I tried to help. It didn't seem to work.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you guys now have the location of the it's in a asteroid that is adjacent to you, but there's another much larger asteroid between you and it that has been shielding. It's just light side of the Force tokens thing. It was just fate that you happen to be in a position where the TIE fighter base hasn't been able to see you. And most of their patrols seem to be looking for things that are far away. They're not paying too close attention to close by.
Just to make sure I was picking up on your hint properly here, you said that we have space in the Proto Shadow that we could potentially stash another small ship.
Yes. So when part of the refit was they installed that magnetic field and added a separate hangar door area in the back cargo bay here. So these two levels of the ship are now a small hangar bay that could fit a single size 3 fighter if it were the right kind of fighter. So like a X-Wing or an A-Wing or a TIE fighter.
So we know where the base is. And we have space. Do you want to go jack a TIE fighter?
That sounds awesome. But shouldn't we ask the captain?
Captain's currently busy. I'm in charge.
I thought.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
There's
I thought
no
Mr.
way.
King was in charge.
That's right there, son.
I've been around here longer, and I've also actually gone and done things with the captain, not just stay on the ship for the most part.
The captain hold on. I see the miscommunication here. Yeah, captains don't normally do things.
Right.
That's a standard shipboard rule. This captain we have he's an overachiever, I guess. I like him, but
Listen, if you guys want to go on some crazy mission thing to get a TIE fighter, I wish you the best of luck.
no, I think you have to go with us.
What? Why?
Because we'd be a man down if you weren't there. Also, we'll need a couple extra hands.
You're hilarious.
Plus, your ability to work with droids might be able to get us past a couple of the checkpoints. If it arrives.
Yeah, I'm all for having as many people as possible. And again, a TIE fighter sounds like a fun thing to steal.
So what's the plan then? That's what I thought. Nobody plans ahead. And
Oh, yeah, I
y'all
actually had
get
I had
killed.
I had an idea, Captain. I was thinking, so you know how the It's a Trap guy, he's like super smart and like he's an actual doctor and like he's like crazy smart with like explosives and physics and shit. So I was thinking if he was like to come up with a trajectory that we could like point one of the asteroids at and cause this domino chain reaction, it'd make a major distraction. And I really want to shoot the tractor beam.
You're so good at playing this guy.
I mean, we got the tractor beam and all that. Why do we gotta kick a hornet's nest though? That's what I'm asking.
What? Are you? Did you fall asleep again? God,
You want to steal a Tie Fighter? I was listening.
look, you bought my vote fair and square for captain, all right? But you're gonna have to stay awake, or I'm gonna take it back.
I just would. Let's go with that.
Can you do that? Can you make a plan to shoot the asteroid so that boom, domino effect?
Yeah, I can calculate something to make that happen.
Your idea is just to sling an asteroid into another asteroid, and then we could go and collect a Tie Fighter.
I saw a movie where they did that once. It was fucking awesome.
That's just part of the plan.
Yeah, it's called a distraction, Captain.
So we can sling asteroid A, start the chain reaction, jump in our drop pod, shoot over there, get
dodge
the
the
TIE fighter,
asteroids.
bolt back. Yep, dodge the asteroids along the way. Grab the TIE fighter, fly them both back, load it onto the Proto Shadow, and then we can get out of here in time to go pick up the guys on the planet. And when they come back, we've gotten them a TIE fighter.
Oh, we're gonna get promoted. This is gonna be fucking awesome. Have you got that plan yet?
I mean, I was listening, but
I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to the smart guy.
The plan for the chain reaction. It
Yes.
takes a little bit. It's
Yes.
been like 10 seconds. It's gonna
It's
take
just
me at
math,
least.
right?
It's gonna take me at least 15 seconds to come up with this.
It's like 30.
To calculate it out.
Oh, I have a plan. It's physics based. You're gonna love it.
Are we playing pool?
You're goddamn right we are.
Great. Oh, I got this.
Objects. No, not saved objects. Just components. And then there's got marbles. These will work. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What color should the target? Should be red. Target should of course be red. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. And then the one you're hiding behind. The one you're hiding behind is going to be blue. Okay, white is the proto shadow. Okay. It is. You guys have played pool before, right? Someone check to make sure the flick command is enabled.
It's not.
Okay, I shall change that really quick.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm on this shit.
So here is the objective. The red is the base you're trying to get to. If you hit it, it's likely it will destroy the base. And therefore the TIE fighters are trying to steal. All the different color marbles have different effects. You could try to do like science checks to figure out which ones do what, or you can just, wing it. The goal is to, without moving the proto shadow, distract the red base. Ooh, I want to put 2 more of these in.
So what's our cue ball?
The white is the cue ball. So you'll want to...
Okay, so it's not the proto shadow, it's just our location.
Yeah, here. I was going to make the proto shadow really small, but I can't. Like, that's as small as I can make it. So that's not really small enough for this scale. Anyway, let me get the flick command enabled. Options, permissions. What's it called? Nudge? Nope, it's not nudge because you already have that.
Okay.
It's called flicking. Yep, there we go. Boom, flicking is now enabled. All right, so before everyone gets crazy and starts doing this, you might want to talk about your options and such, because any moves made on this board I'm taking as fact.
I want to do some research and realize what's going on with these black things out here. They're other asteroids. Let's do a science check or something.
So I am
Science
doing my
check?
calculations.
You heard me.
Well, you doing your calculations won't be a check. That'll be you flicking the ball because, you know, it's physics based. You guys gotta hit the target. And I'm gonna make you move the proto shadow around if you need to do more than one shot, which is gonna be all sorts of fun.
I guess it's an education check.
Yeah, what all do I know about the yellow and the pink ones?
Okay, so first we can do a sensors check, which is a computers check, which is going to be, to do it without being detected, is going to make it 1 red.
I will be assisting whoever's doing any of these smart people checks because I am not good at them.
Okay, that's two boosts when he assists you because he's Geonosian.
All right, so I got the 2 blues and computers check.
Mhm.
All right, let's see what I can do here.
All right, pick a color you would like to know more about.
The pink ones.
Okay, the pink ones appear to have a liquid core. With your 4 advantages and your background, you're relatively certain that the pink ones contain volatile gases that will probably cause if struck, the asteroids to fragment like a grenade if they're hit.
Well, I'm set.
You're ready to just shoot at one of the pink ones?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Boom. A big boom.
Shoot at one
Yeah.
of the pink ones, come in behind the black ones, get onto the base, and go back out the same way.
Why is it rolling?
So it got nudged. I just moved. Remember, the blue one's the one you're hiding behind, and the white one is the proto shadow. Or I should say, the white one is the force of the tractor beam from the proto shadow.
Okay. So I don't have to hit the blue one either.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but I was assuming you're going to use that one as velocity.
Yeah, and do we have enough force to like bring ourselves a little bit further this way to get a more clean, straight angle shot at this pink one?
Yeah, so you may maneuver the ship, but remember, maneuvering is risking detection, so there's going to be checks involved in that. Anything you do with the ship was going to be a calculated risk.
And can you move the proto shadow so it's sitting down here?
Sure.
I
I just didn't want to leave it unlocked because you guys will flick it. Is that where you want it?
Yep.
Alright, so the goal is to create a big boom over this way, and then us sneak around on this half.
yeah,
Lucy-
I think that's what we're looking at.
Lucy
If we need
has-
to move the proto shadow, I can attempt to pilot us where we need to go.
Lucy's actually a pretty good pilot. She's got 2 ranks in piloting.
Can I fire yet? Can I fire
I
yet?
got 1 rank, but I got 3 green, 1 yellow. So I'm not sure if hers is better or not than that.
I punched in that plane you told me to punch in. I know what I'm doing. Can I fire? I'm
Do
just
it.
gonna fire. I'm just gonna fire.
Do it! Do it!
Captain said fire.
Go for it.
Don't worry, hold on. I'm making sure I got it lined up just right.
Too much power.
Oh, all right. That was way too much power.
No, that was exactly what I was trying to do. I've been charging that thing for like 20 minutes. I was ready.
So the lights on the ship dim. And there's this whomp sound. And then anyone who was looking at the sensors at that thing's just gone. It also propels a proto shadow back because Newton's law. It propels it back in the opposite direction. If there's anyone on the bridge, and last time I checked there wasn't, they would have the opportunity to use the inertial dampeners to stop the ship, but otherwise you're now moving at the same velocity in the opposite direction.
I
I'm
thought
sorry, I
Lucy was
assumed
there.
that I was ready to pilot, so I was in the bridge.
Okay. You have the opportunity to do that if you would like. It's not a roll check. I just want to know if you're going to do it.
100% would like to stabilize us so we don't go flying.
Okay. Alrighty. So you hit a regular one and you hit an explosive one, but you hit the one that was out here. So out in this area where this thing was.
I hit more than that. Some of those this one moved
Hmm.
slightly, just not a lot, and I'm pretty sure this one moved.
Yeah, that one definitely moved. So you hit several of them, like shotgunning them. But the important one is you hit this one, which does explode into many pieces as it's going, and it causes this meteorite cascade effect blowing by the first one. You definitely created a distraction. They are now, like, instead of it being a calm, gentle asteroid field where things are relatively stable, it's like Empire Strikes Back Hoth asteroid field. Now the asteroids are all spinning wildly and crashing into each other, and some of them are popping like glass dropped on the floor, and there's lots of small debris everywhere. Small debris, by the way, really dangerous for starfighters. So it's like flak everywhere. So you've now turned this stable, calm asteroid field into a gauntlet of death. What would you guys like to do? You definitely have created a distraction.
It's a space blender.
Pretty much.
I believe phase 2 is to jump into our drop pod and fly the team.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Based on what I'm seeing out the window, like I really wanted to go out there and with the spaceship and stuff, but I may have overcharged the tractor beam, and I don't think we want to go out there. It's not good looking out there.
So do we want to take the proto shadowing closer to steal it then?
I'm thinking maybe I made a mistake. I mean, technically you made a mistake because you guys let me shoot it. But it's bad out there. I just saw a TIE fighter get cut in half.
No. There were no TIE fighters out at that time. But it would be. Like, there's no doubt in your mind.
Is it only hell on this half as far as debris and stuff everywhere?
So it started a chain reaction. It is sort of localized to that central area. You could try to skirt around the outside edges, whether in the proto shadow or the drop pod.
And
Also,
you're planning on skirting in the drop pod anyway.
Yeah. Also, it's worth noting that it's definitely going to have the attention of everyone on that asteroid because they're probably pretty concerned right now about all the small debris hitting them and hoping none of the big debris hits them.
So you're saying my plan did work?
We got ourselves a distraction.
I'm back in.
Okay.
Yeah, I say we come up here
Echo pilot.
By this yellow marble and see if there's a clean shot.
Shadow, or are we taking the drop pod?
We should move the proto shadow. I kind of got rid of the acid we were hiding behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good to move the proto shadow behind the yellow marble.
I made that asteroid into a railgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's move the proto shadow to somewhere safer.
Okay, do y'all want me to pilot that, or do you want Lucy to?
Isaac Newton is the scariest son of a bitch in space. Yeah, so that asteroid's going to hit something.
I think Lucy's gonna drive.
The proto shadow or the leapfrog?
The proto shadow to get it behind this yellow one.
Okay. Lucy, give me a check. 2 ranks plus your agility. It's 1 red. Oh. Also, the debris fields have now dissipated enough that after you make this roll, it's going to have cleared up enough that if they were really careful, they could launch fighters. Not that you're necessarily going to, but as you're maneuvering over here, successfully, to get behind this, you notice that, like, because it's space, all those things that exploded, they just keep going outward. And now the center where all of it started is clearing up enough debris that they could start flying around again. Proto Shadow is now safely locked behind this. How close did you get to this yellow asteroid? Never mind, you rolled 1 threat, so I'm just going to do it. Sensors on the Proto Shadow are now incredibly scattered. It's like looking through your HUD when the ECM mech on Mech Warrior is too close. Everything's all staticky. Something going on with this asteroid is not friendly to electronics.
That means that their sensors would get a little scattered if they when they try to scan this way.
Picked a good hiding spot.
It's a stealth asteroid. Do you guys want me to shoot that asteroid over there? I could do it again.
Just catch it, and we'll drive with it in front of us, and it'll be our shield and be invisible.
Agreed.
Yep. Try it.
Give me a 1 red gunnery check to catch the asteroid.
All right. What's my skills?
He has no skills in gunnery. He's never used a weapon this big before that tractor beam. That's probably. I thought that's why it was so exciting. Is
Yes, but I don't even know what his stats are. Is he 3 agility?
Yeah, we'll make him 3 agility.
I figured if he was Dexy, that he'd have at least 3. Right, so turn flick off, because we don't want to do that here.
Listen,
3.
crew
Alright.
peer reviews are due next week, and it's
What's the
not
difficulty?
looking good for you.
What's the difficulty?
It's 1 red.
Like, is there a way to get clacks on the gunnery on the turret?
Right.
I mean, you could, but
If
you're gonna
somebody
make
tells him to, he could totally go do it.
you're gonna make the teenager cry. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
He is not, however, able to grab. There's no threats, so he's just incapable. Like he just can't
It's
quite
fine.
get it.
It's the
Flax will
targeting
come up.
thing.
Put his hand on his shoulder and go, "Here, let me show you how it's done."
So now I get 2 boosts.
Yeah, if you want to do it that
or
way.
you're gonna do it.
I was gonna do it as class.
Oh yeah, go for it.
It's still just 1 red. Oh, he's not in here.
Oh. So I need to know what the skill is, or he needs to do it on his own.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it on his own. Although that is an updated sheet for Clax. Clax and Randall sent me new sheets.
3 success and a triumph.
Okay, you may use this asteroid as a shield to shield your approach if you would like. It's not very big, but on sensors it looks way bigger than it actually is. Whatever it is, it's got some sort of ionic charge.
How close do you want to get
I will come across the comms and go, "So, I have us that weird asteroid that blocks sensors. We can tow it along with us. I think we can get in closer if we want to jump from closer."
You guys get every 5th word. The internal comms, even the lights are starting to blink from being so close to this thing. The main ship's thrusters and stuff are still working because they're more heavily shielded. But like this thing's severely impeding your ability to do stuff. With that said, everything he just said is true. You can totally maneuver a lot closer now.
So, Lucy, closer.
And I'm hearing all of the stuff,
1 red.
or as I'm hearing the stuff that's every 5th word or so. Can I make the recommendation to Clax to move the asteroid a little bit further out in front of us?
You're going to have to physically go down there to the tractor beam station.
Okay, that's what I was planning on doing. I'll walk down that
While
way.
you're doing that, Lucy's going to be moving the ship.
Okay.
Oh, you were robbed. You were so robbed. Okay.
Lucy heard that she should get closer and try to park the ship on top of the actual asteroid we're aiming for.
That's good. Wait, how would she do that if we're moving the asteroid with us?
So she fails to maneuver towards the base like they're supposed to. However, because the tractor beam keeps the asteroid at a set distance away. The gunnery station determines that. So she starts trying to move towards it. So she moves like this, which isn't really closer, but it does give you this other asteroid that you've gotten close to.
We should fire the electronic disturbance one into that base and just say, "Fuck it, we don't need the TIE fighter," but they don't either. I can Death Star that shit.
I mean, it's not going to blow up the asteroid. It's the asteroid you've actually caught with the tractor beam is actually really small. Now it will fuck up all their electronics, and if you wanted to get there, that's not a terrible plan. But that's going to be another flick check.
Oh yeah.
Could we potentially throw that asteroid far enough ahead of us to knock out their base electronics, and then
Yeah, I
get
got
our
this.
in without being caught in the field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. I can do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have options here. You can try that if you want. Do you want to follow it with the proto shadow or with the drop shuttle?
If you guys want to get in the proto shadow, the drop shuttle and go over there, I'll shoot this thing straight on at them, and like I won't hit them, but I'll put it like right on top of them, and their sensors will be completely fucked. They won't see you coming.
I like
I like the kid's plan. It's got Gus Code. Yeah, let's go.
his enthusiasm. I'm worried that he's gonna launch it too far and really destroy some stuff. But
And we just
All
leave
right.
it here and hide the big ship and just go in closer with our load.
So shoot. You want me to shoot? I got
Hold
you.
on. We're gonna take the drop ship.
All right, let's start charging now.
Okay.
I don't start charging.
We're gonna get on the drop ship. Lucy, can you drive the drop ship?
No problem. I can drive ship.
If you if you need a hand.
Yes.
I was gonna say if she needed a hand or four, you could help her.
all right, so who else going over
Right.
there to steal a TIE fighter?
I think everybody's going. I think Sias is going to try to like run to the ship after he shoots a tractor beam.
We should definitely keep at least one person here on the proto shadow.
Are you sure about that?
I've got bots, boy. They'll be all over the place.
All
We'll
right,
be
so-
all right.
So we've got a bot that's on one of the autopilots.
That's what the astromech's for.
That's what the astromech's for. That's right. It's not going to do a very good job of driving, but it will get the ship from point A to point B.
Okay. And the leapfrog has enough space for everybody and enough terminals and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Guess I'll join the leapfrog.
We had stats for the leapfrog. Oh, here they are.
Don't forget your seatbelts.
It's a tough little ship. Okay. Now, you go ahead and make your flick check. Kizik is going to make a piloting check. Depending on how the flick check goes, is how difficult it will be.
My leadership role. And help.
Leadership role to help. You want to give boosts?
Nudge.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you put it back?
Yep. Yeah, I'll let you do that. Go ahead and. He's a young kid. He's not very disciplined right now. I'm gonna call it 1 red. Not gonna make it super hard. He's got 2 ranks in leadership.
So when you say 2 ranks, that's 2 yellows or 2 greens?
It's 2 yellows. I hope your boosts are going to Lucy.
Yeah.
Hit him.
I saw. It was a very good check. It's only going to be, well, you didn't get any boosts, but it's only going to be a 1 purple check to fly in, because basically what's happening is you're flying right behind this thing, and it hit one of the other asteroids. So,
Hit two.
yeah,
It hit
it's,
the red one, and then it hit the pink one.
oh, it did it hit the red one?
Yeah. It hit the red one, then bounced into the pink one.
Okay. All right, so bouncing into the pink one doesn't really count. If it hit the red one, that's where it would have stopped.
Sweet.
Okay, so go ahead and do your one purple check for the piloting check, and Sias, give me a one purple athletics check to get to the ship before they leave.
All right. He is a strength of 2 or 3.
He's a strength of 2 if he's an agility of 3.
Okay.
I can't.
He's a cyborg. Does he get anything extra for that?
Not yet. I'm gonna build him an actual character. Actually, you're so excited. You're so excited about it. I might let you build it.
Does
But
he have any ranks in athletics?
no. All right. So they have to wait for a second. So you now have a choice, Lucy. You can either make a more difficult check to keep up with it, or you can make the same check and wait for Silas without, gunning it out of the bay.
I didn't make my first check. It was one failure.
Oh, I didn't know you rolled it yet.
I
Okay.
had 4 advantage. Does that mean I just didn't hit my pre-flight things and get to wait for him?
Sure. Okay. That just means that I get to make a roll on the other side. This has been more fun than I thought it was going to. Oh. All right, well. We're going to have fun.
End of the line, kiddos.
Ah, oh, damn it. Tabletop Simulator. Why you hate me so?
Right?
He hit that thing so hard, it made space break.
There's probably marbles somewhere on the table now. Alright, so we're going to do that differently then. What we're going to do is we're going to go into Objects, Components, RPG Kit, Tile Set, Rock. So here are all the little explodey bits that are everywhere. The big one that's going to be colored purple is the one that you are trying to get to, and the bit that you threw at that thing actually hit it. As it hit it, a single TIE fighter was coming out and managed to escape the blast zone. It immediately curves around and sees you.
What kind of guns does this thing have?
0.
Well,
No
that's
one's
going to be a
hit
problem.
Order Shadow?
I mean, that's one of the solutions you could possibly do.
Yes. One of the droids on the tractor beam.
The droids
One
are
of
not going to be
droids
capable
able
of...
to
Yeah,
the computer and fire the gun?
the droids are not capable of firing the guns.
Yeah, EVA suit.
We just gotta outfly them. It's not hard. They're really shitty pilots. We can do this.
That is one of the solutions you could possibly pursue.
Does this thing have computers to where I can jam the sensors, or...
You could borrow someone's slicing kit and try to do stuff. But you have to make a decision, like, in the next 30 seconds of what immediate action the pilot is taking.
I need the asteroid.
Okay? Fly behind the asteroid. Is this to try to hide yourself, or is this to take evasive action to put the asteroid between you and the TIE fighter, knowing they will see you? It changes the difficulty.
They already see us?
Yeah, he already saw you, but you could try to be like, I'm gonna lose him. It's up to you.
Yeah, we could try to lose them.
Okay, that's a more it's a more difficult check. So it's gonna be 1 red, 1 purple.
Can Clax do some co-piloting action?
Sure.
I definitely will. So how many points does she have in piloting?
She has 2 ranks in piloting, so she should be a 2.
What's her base score?
She should be a 2 yellow piloting check.
So just 2 yellow. So
Yeah.
if I'm helping her, then she will also get my 2 more green.
Okay.
Lie there between the asteroids.
Did you bring any of your droids with you, Mr. Clean?
I always keep a couple with me.
Okay. So you have 2 Treadwell droids and 3 astromech style droids. What did you bring?
Probably a treadwheel and an astromech style.
Okay. That's good to know that you have those assets. Astromechs are actually capable of flying in space. Okay. You guys did not hide behind that. So, let's see. 5 advantages, a shit ton of advantage.
With the advantage, can we say that he can't get shots on us?
Absolutely.
We're not hit, but we did manage to get to a place where he can't shoot at us.
Yep. He's a lot faster than you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He actually can cover that much distance in the time it took you to go that distance. But you're in a position where he can't actually shoot you because of the asteroid. He can't even see you, but you're not, like, hidden. He knows you're there. And you know he's coming.
Randall, do you have any explosives?
I've got a few grenades and stuff on me.
Here's what I'm thinking. Worst case scenario, we load the astromech up and we use it as a missile.
I like that idea.
I have a hard time seeing Mr. Clean doing that. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
saying last case scenario. We don't
So
want
if
to do
you were
it unless we have to.
If you were to say that, like even without the last, I've already started unscrewing the bottom of the astromech, where I think we're gonna put the thermal detonator, and then putting the thrusters back in.
Just an idea, kid. Don't jump the gun.
What gun? This ship doesn't have any guns.
That's kind of my problem here. So anyway, are we gonna lose this thing?
That seems unlikely. I like the missile idea better. We could just toss rocks at it, though.
You have too many thermal detonators, Randall. I had made a card for them, but they don't appear to be here. You also have this detonite charge and 2 ion grenades.
Yeah.
Oh, and this roll of det tape. I'm not gonna lie, this might end up coming down to I see 3 potential ways you guys could solve this problem from your location, which usually there's more than that.
Yeah. I do like the idea of it. Let's see. We've got the astromech droid that we can cover in det tape.
And we have a thermal detonator, and it's what do they call the rectum on a robot? Do robots have rectums?
I mean, you realize that it's not just going to blindly do this. This is going to be like a 4 red leadership check for Mr. Clean to tell this droid, go sacrifice yourself.
We could also go fishing. You've got a big long string of that tape. If you put a grenade on the end, the thing could fly into it as we hold it out our back.
We don't need to
Still
use
have
the
that, do we still have that grenade launcher thing that Clax was given at one point?
Yeah, Clax has that.
Oh,
Would we be able to jury rig that to be shot out the back with that fishing line grenade thing to see if we can hit that bitch?
I mean, you could just shoot that at the TIE fighter if you'd like to. And I was sort of leaning in that direction. Things like that when I was talking to Randall.
does this thing have a way to open a door and not take all of our air away?
Yes, there are helmets and such in there for everyone. And it's also got a enclosed cockpit, so if you wanted to completely vent the back into space, with the number of people you have now, 1 person would have to be in the back no matter what. Probably 2 people, but you could probably squeeze everyone else into the cockpit and close the door. It's not going to be seats or anything. It's going to be really tight.
So with my suit, is it possible that we can get some form of air seal on it?
Yeah, some form, yes. Like, you're not going to want to do this for an extended amount of time. You're certainly not going to want to leave the ship. But yeah, like an emergency MagCon, like of like 60 or to 120 seconds, yes, you could do it.
That's what I was thinking. Just open up, let me take my shot, close it, repressurize.
If only you,
That should work.
if only you had the party member that didn't have to worry about this.
He can't shoot the broadside of a barn though.
I was thinking more throw him at the TIE fighter, but you know.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
So I guess that's now to my coordinates expert over there to make me the biggest boom possible for me to shoot.
So you want the biggest boom possible, not... I feel like the biggest boom possible might be overkill, but...
I
Well,
mean,
we'll take out
I
the
want
starship.
I want whatever I can shoot to take out this TIE fighter.
Fair enough.
So you open up this modular backpack, and this is the stuff you've got.
Yep. So these batteries... So
Each
You
of
should use the ion one so we can end up flying the TIE fighter later.
Yeah, can we just knock out that TIE fighter, draw it into our ship, and then kill the pilot, vent him into space, and there's our TIE fighter?
that's
I like that
Hey,
idea.
that's a thing
Wait,
you
you
can
guys
try
are
to
just
do.
gonna kill him? Don't you guys usually offer them jobs?
Depends.
That guy's down on the planet.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh.
There's too many of us.
I thought for sure that Clax was going to say not bucket heads.
I thought
Okay.
about it.
Yeah, here's this ion grenade. It'll just disable the... It'll disable the TIE fighter. I've seen your shot. I have confidence you can hit it.
And does it do enough? I feel like you're gonna need to boost that thing in order for it to.
To do its job. Okay. Yeah. So these two battery cells.
Okay.
My goal is to take whatever energy is in these battery cells and make the ion grenade more powerful.
This is the first time I've ever thought in my head, I wish you would do this, and you've done it. I want you to know how proud I am. So,
Yes.
okay, you need a mechanics check. You picked exactly the right tools, so we're going to call it a 1 red check. And you're going to get 2 shots because you have 2 grenades and 2 battery cells. You're going to have 2 of these shots. They're going to have the potential to do... If you succeed... Well, go ahead and roll your success and see if you triumph first, because that'll make this a moot point.
All right. You said 2 red.
Yep. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Since it's going to be fired from Pax gun, he'll be looking and pointing to help.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll 2 more boost dice on top of that. So you just rolled... Well, see, the problem with that is you just fucked that all up because I only wanted the boost dice rolled.
Oh, you just wanted the boost dice? Well,
Yes.
the boost dice are blanks.
Yeah, so... But in the future, you can either add them and then just roll them manually and click read, or you can pull boost dice out of the side thing and roll them by themselves. Okay, so... That's 4 plus... Okay, so you can do 5 strain damage for each of these ion grenades, which means you're either going to have to critical or hit with both of them in order to
Okay,
disable
and
this thing.
what is the crit on that grenade launcher?
2... It's over here. 4. It's 4.
That shit.
Well, if anybody's going to get it, it's going to be me.
It's not going to be a hard thing to hit if you do the maneuver right. Now, it's coming around the asteroid field before we even get to you shooting, because we really neglected an important part here. Lucy's going to have to been dipping and weaving between these asteroids or just running circles around this one asteroid to keep the TIE fighter from catching her. Because he just improvised grenades, and even MacGyver couldn't do that in less than a couple of minutes, right?
Right.
So, Lucy, go ahead and give me a... What's a basic TIE fighter pilot? An Imperial Navy pilot. Go ahead and give me That's too hard. We're not going to do that. Give me a 1 red, 1 purple piloting check. Okay. So the TIE fighter starts shooting at you guys. Lucy's dipping and weaving around this asteroid as best she can, but she's a little girl, and it hits twice, does 12 hull damage to the ship.
You go fix that right now. Go on, you bucket of bolts.
The one with the thermal detonator in it goes beep beep and starts reeling outside the ship onto the hull.
Wait,
That's
we
right.
actually put the detonator in it?
Someone said it, so it happened.
Oh no, he went to do it and then he put it back on.
That's not what he said.
That's what David
I got
said.
a little excited. You didn't tell me not to before I did it.
Oh, see, I heard you say that you backed out of it. After you took it off, you put it back on.
Yeah, after he shoved the thermal detonator in there.
Okay, I misheard.
So, took some damage. The grenade launcher's now ready. How are you doing the shooting?
I imagined we were doing the pile everybody into the cockpit, get my suit sealed, and then we're going to do a quick vent, and I am going to take my 2 shots.
So it's not.
Also, can we set it up so that, let me find the sheet. There's a thing we can do, the pilot can do.
It's called Gain the Advantage. It's a very tactical thing. I've studied it a lot when I was in school.
Yes.
I've been weaving around these just waiting for the perfect time, so then I'm now just going to slam on the brakes, and he's going to be a stationary thing as he comes right around this asteroid, so he has a
That's what I'm
advantage
talking
shooting.
about.
Yeah.
Not so much
pretty-
slamming on the brakes, so much as just matching speed.
Stationary
Stay-
target.
Yeah.
And what range is this going to be at whenever I shoot?
It's going to be long range or extreme range. Normally, you can't shoot at that distance with this weapon, but it's space, so it would go forever, right? So I'm going to give it to you in this one scenario so that we can make this work. Lucy, go ahead and roll your gain the advantage check. Upgrade yours once for an amazingly good explanation of how that should work.
Can I co-pilot before he does that?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and wait for your co-piloting check. So
Alright,
there's an
so-
excitable teenager.
Purple. I don't have ranks in piloting either. What do I have ranks in?
He has ranks in planetary piloting, but not in space piloting. He also has ranks in ranged and melee.
Alright, so 3 green, 2 purple, go. 1 advantage and a failure.
Okay, I don't think an advantage gives you anything.
Nope, it does not.
Okay, so Lucy,
No,
go.
wait. Nope, doesn't get you anything. Alright, I tried.
While Lucy's making her check, so Clax and Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean's actually one that figures out how to open the doors without killing everyone. There are these emergency pilot kits that are in case the pilot is EVA'd. It's a box you put on your chest. You see it in the Star Wars movies when they're going to fly up the Death Star. The box in the front of their flight suits. It actually creates a magnetic field temporarily around you. It doesn't hold in heat, but it holds in oxygen, and it works for a short period of time. These units are being jury-rigged, so it's only going to give you a few minutes.
That's all you're gonna need. I did the exact same things that I should have. Look at.
How would you like to use your triumph?
I would like him to be rude. Oh, I want him to have the best shot that he could possibly have.
Okay, that is one possibility. I'm going to go ahead and give you another option, just in case you wanted. Lucy could, because remember, she only understands most of what Mr. Clean says, and nobody's explained that you're trying to take the ship alive in a way that she understands. You could know intellectually from your Mandalorian combat training that this ship is sturdy enough to simply ram that TIE fighter out of existence. And with a triumph, you could do it.
Could I make it slam into an asteroid instead?
I mean, I just take it back. It's easier than trying to storm space.
It's You're going to have to hit it to make it hit the asteroid. You're going to take the damage either way. But
Okay.
you can narratively do it however you want.
So Lucy has been dodging and weaving, and he shot him a couple of different times. So Lucy's upset now that her car that she's been driving for the first time got hurt, and she realizes that this is a Imperial. So now she's upset. So she slams on the brakes, just like she said she was going to do. And you guys go to open the doors, and then she slams it into reverse. And
You cut out right there.
as soon as he comes right around the corner thinking he's going to get us, there's the back end of a small starship in its face, and it explodes.
Okay. So the shuttle's going to take 12 more damage.
What is that girl doing up there?
There's going to be a loud, jarring explosion in the ship, which you can't normally hear. Well, it's Star Wars, so of course you can hear it. And the ship is going to be thrown violently in a tailspin. That's going to be very quickly corrected, but everyone knows that you were just in a car accident, for lack of a better term. And there's bits of TIE Fighter floating everywhere.
Ship's not left.
Workman's comp claim.
45 days.
At this point, I believe our ship's pretty beaten up because we've taken 12 strain twice, and I think we only have 25. So I think we need to return to the Proto Shadow at this point.
There's some scraps we can pick up on the way with the trap droid.
Are we going to get the other starship now? We got a guy who fixes ships.
I mean, if y'all want to risk it, we can try to go in with this one.
No, I would say that's a bad idea. And there's things on this that are smoking that I'm pretty sure aren't supposed to be smoking.
Yeah.
Stand by. So you may recover 10 of your hull points as the astromech that Mr. Clean sent out early to repair beep boops and reports in, and suddenly the engines come online. And he also, he basically holds his hands out and is like, I have spare parts, and one of the spare parts is the thermal detonator.
Snag that.
Yeah, I like your enthusiasm, but I think stuff like thermal detonators need to be in more careful hands. So.
Well, these hands are brand new. They couldn't be more careful. Jeez.
I will not make you roll to make the rest of the approach. As you get closer to the base, you will see that it's disabled. There's emergency power, there's emergency lights, but there's no like defenses, and there's no more fighters coming out of it.
As we come in and land, I am going to be rolling out as quickly as I can with my rotary, because it's the one time I've actually been able to take it somewhere, and making a beeline for the closest TIE fighter to see if we can get it up and running.
So you're going to have to describe exactly what you're going to do in a little bit more detail, because now there's a map to look at. All right, so as you approach, you see a big hangar door. It's open. There are emergency powers keeping the field on for the time being. There's a big set of rock with a glass window, and you can kind of see people running around frantically in here. It's blatantly some sort of control room, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Bits of the asteroid that hit, there's like glowing blue particles floating all around in front. Let me get something to represent those particles. But they look like they're highly charged, and they're floating all over the front of the hangar.
Okay, and that shield out in front, are we able to move through that, or is that something we have to disable before getting in?
No, it's just regular. It's only holding the air in. It's not defensive in nature. You could just fly through it. It's also worth noting that your ship is like that big.
I can't fly through those big balls of things. They're
So can we do like we talked about doing our first asteroid run, where Clax effectively jumps out of the ship in a makeshift EV seal and just flies his way across and starts doing what he needs to do.
You could do that. I also want to, note that while you don't want to bump into too many of these things, you could definitely still land in. Like, you could still fly in. I just wanted you to be aware that those things are there. Like, the whole base is crawling with little electrical arcs. It's not just in front. It looks like someone has shot this thing with a massive ion cannon.
Well, I'm probably gonna need somebody who's at least good with computers and mechanics of some form to get one of these TIE fighters going.
Sounds like I'm the guy for the job.
It's also worth noting that the base is probably on more of an alert than it was, so I'm going to move some of these guys because I was planning on you guys sneaking in. So there's definitely people running around that you can see amongst all the fighters, and like there's droids trying to like get things up and running, and I'm going to grab the alert pilots and put them out there. And they're like, there's pilots crawling out of the TIE fighters, which is odd. Well, it might not be odd if you can figure out, but like there's pilots that have gotten into the fighters that are now crawling out of the fighters. Also, you already blew one up, so this one is not there.
Alright, so seeing all the people out and about, I don't think that the two of us are going to be able to stealth in and take one out. Do we just want to make a massive
Max is
explosion?
already spooling up his rotary gun, going, and your point is?
Should we just make a gigantic explosion here and take out all these TIE fighters and call it a day?
I mean, I would still like one.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have one, but I
think Big Brain's got a real good idea. We should just start tossing thermal detonators in there, and then watch it go. I got one right here. I can do this. In space, they go really far. You just throw them, and they keep going forever to the boom.
I would like to do a combat approach and just kind of.
You just want to tail slide the thing in?
Yes, so it pops open and the back half is ready with the guy with the big rotary cannon.
Okay. Yeah, those vector lines aren't going to work. Okay. Move the leapfrog how you would like to do it, and then I'll give you the check, and then we'll initiate some combat. Outside or inside? Because that looks like it's outside. Okay, so you are going to come to the mag field.
There's a fence there.
Yep, that's the mag field. That's the thing keeping the air in.
Would I know that hitting that at speed would do things, or would that just let me? What would?
I thought I explained earlier. The mag field only keeps the air in. It's not defensive. It won't keep anyone from going in or out. It just.
But if I hit it quickly with a ship, it's not gonna do anything.
No.
Okay, then I want to slide through the mag field.
Like
What if you put a
playing like Battlefront 2 that you fly through?
Yes, he's never.
What if you put a straw in it? If you put a straw through the field,
It would.
would the air go?
If you did that, David, as the GM, I would have you sucked out through the straw. But only because it's you, and you would say that.
What if I was on space side and I put it through?
You could breathe. Your eyes would pop out.
Like snorkeling.
Okay, let's do some initiative checks. Obviously, it's cool for the party side. Actually, most of you are using NPC characters, so let's just go ahead and give everyone the initiative slot, and I'll make the bad guys go after you're done murdering them. I mean, after you guys have taken your turn. So everyone gets a turn.
Can I see the card for my rotary cannon? I just
Sure.
don't remember if I can spool up for a round prior to shooting.
It's prepare one. Prepare one actually, upon further upon further examination, means it's a maneuver to spin it up, which is not how I've seen other people play it in podcasts, but that's actually the way the rules are written. We're going to go with that for the time being, unless it completely breaks the game.
Okay, and just reminder, because this thing has auto fire, I have to crit for it to be able to get off.
What do you mean?
It's auto fire only,
Yeah.
which means that, if I remember correctly, I have to crit in order for it to be a
No,
successful.
you need 2 advantage.
Two
Yeah.
advantage. Okay, that's what it is. Sorry.
I was about to say it doesn't have to crit.
And every 2 advantage is another auto fire.
Yep. It also means that it also means you're going to designate a group of targets or a single target. And if you designate a group, the hardest check is the one you're using.
And so I had said that I was getting ready, so I imagine as soon as we get in and the back door opens for me to start firing, based on where we are, I see that group of stormtroopers, and they tend to be the biggest hassle, so they're who I'll start shooting at.
Yep. So
Sidus would be siding up alongside him with 2 DC 17s. Is that what I picked up?
it's whatever was the
DC 17s?
Yeah, he didn't have any weapons, so whatever he took out of the armory.
Yep.
So it's just important to know, Clax, that you won't get your free maneuver as long as you're using the rotary cannon, because that's what the prepare is for.
Yep, I am standing on the... the door just opened. I am effectively standing on the ramp door, and I am just opening up from the door.
Okay.
I am the fire for everybody else to run out.
Stormtroopers, pilots, or everyone in this area?
Let's go everybody in the area. Let's see if I can...
Okay, let's see how much damage you can do. That is going to be a pretty hard check. So it's a long-range check that I'm upgrading twice because the furthest person away is super in cover. So it's going to be 2 reds and a purple. It is long-range, which I think you have some skills that help you with.
Yes, I get extra damage.
I like how Kizik wrote surprisingly effective before you guys had actually flicked anything.
Okay, so I got 3 success, 2 advantage, and a triumph.
Okay. You hit 2 targets, 3 if you want to spend your triumph for an extra hit.
I'm double checking damage real quick. So it's 12. So I believe that's 27 total damage.
Did you put that all on one target?
No, I'm figuring out total. Trying to think of what else I could use the triumph for. No, I think we'll go with the thin the herd, and I'll just take out as many as I can.
Okay. Explain to me how you got to 27 damage, because I can't see any of your stuff.
So I got 3 success, which adds 3 damage, and then the weapon itself is 12.
Yep.
And then the auto fire goes off twice because I had the 2 advantage, so that's 24.
Okay, so auto fire going off, that divides per person, unless you're putting it all into one person. It's not like you did 27 to every target. You did 27 divided amongst targets.
That. I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying, like total to be divided.
Okay.
And then I actually have 2 ranks in barrage, and we're at long range, so that will actually put it up to 29 total to be divided between everybody.
Okay. And you want to do by 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Just try to take out as many as I can.
I think that will eliminate the first group of stormtroopers pretty handily. Let me double check, though. Yeah, they're 10 apiece. So technically you're 1 point shy, but I'm going to go ahead and say it takes out these first 3 stormtroopers. Obviously, the bucket heads draw more ire from the Geonosian, so they just get mowed down. All right, Geonosian, going crazy shooting. Who's next?
Sidus is gonna come charging out the back of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Full badass mode.
Okay. You are well acquainted with the rules for dual wielding, but he also has his akimbo ability that lets him treat. He can basically brawl or melee with his weapons, and then add the weapon damage to his brawl attack.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he's
That's
got.
why you said he was melee and
Yeah, he's a like a kimbo gung fu guy. So he like will smack you with the gun and then pull the trigger while the barrel's pressed against your face.
All right. I'm just going to shoot someone. One of the closest pilots.
Okay. If you're gonna run out there, because they're only short range, aren't they? Oh no, they're mediums. Okay, so you only have to take a few steps out to get the closest pilot and the interceptor. He's 2 purples and 1 black. And it's light range for that.
Yep. Which he has ranks in.
He has 2 ranks and he has 3 abilities.
And then if I dual wield, I have to add a purple.
Yes. Ooh. All right. This is going very well for the party so far. So, you didn't get 2 advantages, but you could still trigger the second gun with the Triumph if you'd like. But you don't have to. You can use that Triumph however you want.
That guy would take, what did I do, 7? He would take 8 damage as is.
He's actually got more wounds than the Stormtrooper.
All right. Yeah, I'll use that. I'll use the Triumph for the dog. I use the Triumph for double damage.
Okay, so how much? You need 14.
I have 15.
All right, the first guy goes down like a pile of bricks. And the crowd goes wild. All right.
And then, am I just staying into the open now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what you said. You said you just ran out the back and started shooting because you're a teenager with 2 guns in the middle of combat.
That is fair. That is fair.
So, yes, you're totally standing in the open after gunning this guy down. Luckily, the combat expert next to you with the minigun has mowed down anyone with any reasonable hope of killing you. All right, who's next?
All right, I say, Septoid, hand me the DL7. And then the fucking Treadwell give me my DL7 heavy blaster pistol. Just fold it over to me. And I'm going to take a pop shot at this Imperial pilot.
Okay.
Does it have a built-in tripod? Like, does the gun just fold out of the robot?
Okay.
Yeah, it just folds out and hands it to me.
It's worth noting, you probably don't have the generator going, but Mr. Clean also has a multi-goo gun.
Multi-goo gun?
Yes.
What kind of goo gun is that?
I didn't realize how much I was going to hate Mr. Clean.
He's doing it on purpose.
What's a goo gun?
So the multi-goo gun is an all-in-one spray injector that has a self-cleaning element that allows technicians to switch out lubricant, adhesive, or acid cartridges with no loss in function. The device appeals to many machinists' natural affinity for efficiency, enabling users to switch between substances quickly without stopping their work, rather than having to stop, clean their spray injectors, and load them with a new substance step of the project. Character using this tool gains automatic advantages on mechanics checks to repair droids, vehicles, and starships, and it is a weapon that does 2 damage, plus the qualities of disorient, or ensnare, or knockdown, or it can have the acid cartridge, which does 4 burn, or what was the other cartridge? Oh, lubricant. So lubricant is disorient, ensnare is adhesive, knockdown and burn is acid.
Okay.
It's actually his primary weapon.
Gotcha. I'm still gonna hit this Imperial pilot right here.
Okay. Is he going to use the blaster or the goo gun?
Well, fuck, I'm gonna use the goo gun now. I got a goo gun.
Okay. Use the stats from your dissuader pistol if you're going to use acid.
Okay.
Because it already has acid rounds.
From the dissuader. Alright, good. I shoot him.
Okay, it's one yellow and one green naturally for him. Don't forget to aim.
And the difficulty to shoot him?
Difficulty to shoot him is 2 purples unless you're going to close on him. If you want to run past Sidus and Clax and get closer, you can drop it to 1.
No, I'm hiding in the back of the ship.
Okay.
Goo Gun's range is short.
Oh.
Okay. That's fine. We're not doing that right now because we came too far and we're not backing up that far. But thank you. Okay. You didn't trigger the acid thing, so how much damage is that?
Is that still 6?
Sure. Sounds good. You do 6 damage. It doesn't actually kill this guy. He is, however, burning. He's got acid on him, and he's like, oh my god! And there's dead people, and he's full-blown panic mode. Now, Lucy used hers to power slide in here, so Randall's the only one left.
Alright, I want to move and put some debt tape on one of these.
Okay. So you're...
Yeah.
It's gonna take you 2 maneuvers to get all the way up to the fighter, so you're gonna have to take 2 strain if you want to still have an action left.
Okay. And do I know if there's any stormtroopers over here, or if there's any people in any of these buildings?
You guys saw people running around in the command center when you flew in.
Okay. Dang it, it's too far to make it all the way to this door here, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a way for me to be in some amount of cover underneath this TIE interceptor?
Oh yeah, the solar wing arrays provide great cover.
Not sure how sarcastic that was, but...
Oh, sorry, that was completely legit. From blaster fire, they're great cover. Now from, other starfighters, not so much.
Okay.
Let me just ask this question because it's kind of important. Are you sure you don't want to talk to the party before you just start slapping debt tape on the TIE interceptor that's closest to the exit?
That's the one we want to take if we can take one.
Yes, I'm not going to put debt tape on this one. I was debating on debt taping this TIE interceptor, debt taping the door, or debt taping one further down the road. But I think I'm good to just stay here and stay as covered as I can underneath this TIE interceptor.
Okay,
Party ever.
so you're not going to do anything else?
The way that you're saying that.
Well, if you take 2 strain, you have a full action left underneath this TIE fighter. If you want to steal it, maybe there's something you should be doing. And if you want to destroy it, maybe there's something you should be doing. I'm just giving you options. I'm just letting you know you have a whole action here that you're throwing away if you just stay there.
Yeah. Alright, what all can I gain from
Get in the cockpit, start it.
Alright.
Right there.
I was not necessarily going to be the stealth one. I was trying to create the massive explosion past this once we pick it up.
I'm going to say something here that may sound confusing. We're past stealth.
Yes.
Yeah,
Alright.
fire has been shot. People are dead.
Alright, I'm going to jump in this thing.
Okay. It's kind of a thing to get up into the cockpit for a Mon Cal.
They call it weak?
There's a couple of problems here that I know that Raccoon as a person doesn't know, but I was kind of hoping that someone else would mention. He can get up in here. They don't have life support in TIE fighters. He can get
You can
up.
still start it up though.
He can. I was about to say he can get in here and try to start it up. I just want to make sure that we're kind of clear that if he tries to fly it out that magnetic field, he's gonna have a problem.
I'm pretty sure the only one who could successfully fly it back to the ship right now with current equipment on them is Clax. Because
No,
he can at least semi-seal his suit
no,
in a worst case.
no, no. That would be a last resort.
Droid.
Sidus could easily do it. A droid could easily do it. Randall or Lucy with some, MacGyvering could make a suit work. Clax could have a suit made to work with some MacGyvering. He wouldn't want to use the magnetic field because it's not going to last long enough for you to get back to the ship.
All right. So, is it too much to actually jump up and start?
No, not at all. That's great. That's what I wanted you to do. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page because it occurred to me that you don't know things I know about Star Wars, and I had to make sure that you knew that you weren't going to be able to breathe if you flew it out the exit.
Okay. Yeah, I will take my 2 strain and turn this bad boy on.
Well, you're gonna. Where's my sound thing? It's gonna not start. It did get hit by a giant ion thing, but it was a good.
But you're the guy that's gonna fix it.
Yep, and you are gonna
Yep.
start working on that.
Yep. All right. Was my action to realize that it doesn't actually work, and I have to wait till next round?
You can go ahead and do a check to start it. There we go. That's the sound it makes. You're like, oh shit. And yeah, go ahead and roll me a 1 purple mechanics check. It's going to take more than that to get it working, but you can start it. Now, top of the round. Well, sorry, we got to let the baddies go. They're really so disoriented that I'm not going to let most of them go. But the stormtrooper who is back here is going to advance up to here and get some cover. And let me get some tokens on the board so I can get some situational awareness here. Here's Clax. 2 droids came with Mr. Clean, who's around here somewhere. Here's Mr. Clean. Here's Sidus. Lucy's here somewhere.
I'm already in the captain's cockpit of the ship.
You are ready. Okay, so the order looks something like this. You got these 2 up front shooting things like crazy. You got the 2 droids that are back here on the ship. Mr. Clean's done this. So the person he's going to see is going to be Sidus. He took a maneuver to get up there. He's a minion, so he cannot take strain to take an extra maneuver. So he's not going to be able to aim or anything. He's also all by his lonesome. And it's long range. Still hit. So, I need a card. That's way too much. That's way too little. That's going to do. You have 2 soak, and you have 12 wounds for Sidus. Okay? And you get hit for 9 plus 1.
Okay.
So that's pretty significant for Sidus. But yes, you take a blaster bolt to the chest.
Alrighty. So these fuckers shot at me instead of the guy with the giant repeating full laser that took out a squad of stormtroopers?
Yep, he can't see that guy.
Makes
All right.
sense.
Yeah. So, and that's all they're going to get to do because the guys on the inside are going to lose a turn for the panic. This is basically a surprise round. So we're going to go back to the top of the round. Let me give you guys a chance to, potentially clutch this pretty easily.
Clean it up.
Okay, so just quick confirmation. In the hangar remaining is 1 pilot and 1 stormtrooper.
That you can see. There's more, you can see movement behind this guy, but it's so far back in the hangar that you can't see it. There's more back there.
Can I run down with my treadwell and we'll get that tie interceptor up and running?
Yes, you absolutely can. Go ahead and give me a mechanics check.
Was I supposed to do a mechanics check last round, or?
You were.
It's okay, kid. I got it.
You were.
Yeah.
You still need to make it if you haven't. Okay. You passed it. Now I need one from Ghost. The
yellows.
So the treadwell gives you an upgrade, so go ahead and upgrade your check once. That would add a green. Yep. All you gotta do is pass it. Okay.
Fuck.
So you get over there, and the treadwell starts trying to clean the TIE fighter, and you realize that you didn't swap out his module that takes him from cleaning droid to maintenance droid.
Oh, you dumb fuck.
You should have used your multi-goo gun.
I should have. That would have given me advantage on my mechanics roll.
Yep. All right. Who's next?
I'm gonna shoot the asshole that shot me.
Okay, he's at long range, so you're going to have to move up if you want to shoot him with the medium guns.
Which one shot me?
The one hiding behind the TIE interceptor.
All right. No, I'll just step this way and shoot this asshole over here.
Okay. That's definitely something
He's
you can
on
do.
acid.
He's on borrowed time anyway. He's got acid burning through his flight suit.
His parents told him to stay away from acid. His entire life he thought it was a drug. Now at the end of it he's like, oh my god, I should have listened.
Difficulty to shoot him?
Are you moving into engage range, or are you shooting him from where you're at?
I'll move to engage range. That sounds fine.
Okay, so go ahead and make the same check, but it's going to be a brawl check, and add your strength and your gun's damage to the attack.
So I'm using light range or brawl?
Using
Using
brawl.
brawl.
Yeah.
Does he have skills in brawl?
He does not. It's only a 2 purple to get him.
He's only a 2 green.
Sorry, I thought he had ranks in... Oh no, I said melee earlier. I meant to say brawl. I'm sorry. He has 2 ranks in brawl and 2 ranks in light ranged. Because he's gun foo. He hits people with his guns. That's what he does. Okay, now add your gun damage to that.
Gun damage is 7.
You've already killed him.
Sweet.
However you want that to have gone down.
I gut punch him and stick it in his mouth and pull the trigger and blow his brains all over the other TIE fighter.
Okay. Well, that TIE fighter's got a obstructed view. Who's next?
So the TIE interceptor that's right by me has yet to actually be fixed.
Oh, yeah. So you get in there and you realize that, like, every circuit breaker on this thing has been flipped from the ion damage, and the power cells are probably useless and need to be, you need to swap them for fresh power cells.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing that to get this thing up and running.
You're not doing that in one turn. I can promise you that.
I'm doing whatever I can.
Okay. So from inside the cockpit, you realize there's a bunch of stuff you can prime. Go ahead and give me your 1 purple mechanics check. You realize you're going to need 3 consecutive passes from this point, because you did pass your last check. So you need 3 consecutive passes. It can be divided between you and Mr. Clean, but you need 3 to get this thing running. And someone's going to have to find a power cell to jumpstart this thing.
Okay.
Actually, you're carrying a power cell. You just have to un-MacGyver it.
Oh yeah, the grenades.
Yep. We'll take your 2 advantage and say you realize that.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, all sorts of good noises start coming from the interceptor. It isn't started yet, but it's getting there. Who's next?
Clax is going to go ahead and move up, starting to go past that interceptor because people are dead, and then he's just going to start mowing down the first bucket heads he sees.
Okay. You've moved from long to medium range. There's only one bucket head. There is a TIE fighter pilot kind of cowering in fear behind his inoperable fighter.
I'll be shooting, trying to hit both of them.
Okay.
I just kind of often just like hip spray.
Okay. It's only 2 purples and a black.
Five success, 1 triumph, and a threat.
Okay.
So I think I need to use my triumph so my gun will actually fire since I didn't have any advantage.
Okay. So that gives you 2 hits. Gun damage on the first one only needs to do 10. And you need to do 14 on the second. Okay. So you get the stormtrooper.
17.
That's 17.
Yeah, so the second gun, so I will have 12 on the first, or 17 on the first target, 12 on the second target. I'm sorry, 18 on the first target, 13 on the second target.
13 on the second target? That doesn't actually kill him. He's 1 point away. So the pilot stays up, but he takes, like, you light his right arm and leg up as he dives behind this wing, trying to get cover. Okay. Lucy. I think you're the only one left.
I would like to back up the ship because I'm still inside the still on the guns, so that that door can't open.
Oh, so you will put the engines up against the door.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You put the engines up against this door, and you basically just drop the leapfrog in front of it. So the door opens side to side. It's not like a door in a house here. So they don't swing out. But if they do open them, they're just going to get the back of a ship.
Is like my engine lined up right there so that I could try to gun it? Does heat come out of the back of these engines?
Yes, you can damage people with the engines, and you can attempt to line that up like that. I'm going to make you make a piloting check for it, but I will let you do it. So let's call that a 1 red, 1 purple check. 2 advantages to put the engine in a place where you can actually do damage. And a success will simply block the door.
Can I aim the ship?
No, you cannot aim the ship. It was a legit question. He's trying to use it like a gun.
I agree. I would have given it to him.
I feel like I should have now, but that bullet boost dice would have totally been blank.
You never know.
Nope. It still would have been 0-0. Which would have been 0-2. Alright. Here's what happens. She tries to do that. Very ambitious, very successful. The door opens and she sort of panics at a moment and does fry a stormtrooper as the door closes again, and they're like, don't go out there. But the ship starts drifting because she thrusted. So she's like, has to spin it this way to get out the door, and ends up outside the mag field. But there is one stormtrooper who is now melted plastic. It looks like that scene from The Mandalorian where he flamethrowered him. All right, who's next?
Bad
That was-
guys.
I think that's everybody.
That's everybody? Okay. Alrighty, so this group of bad guys is going to come running up, and they're going to see this guy who got shot. They're going to be like, get back here! And this Imperial guy is going to run back here, forming a minion group of 3. They can't actually get line of shot on anybody. There is one thing they could do. Let me see if they're intelligent enough to know they should do it. You don't want reds here. Okay, they're not super intelligent. So they're holding action. Here, these guys are going to move up here. And they're going to take a second maneuver because they can't force maneuvers, and they're going to pop out this door, but that's the last thing they get to do. As 3 more stormtroopers come out of that door. And that's going to be their turn.
Clax is going to turn to the 3 stormtroopers that just popped out, and he is going to open fire.
Okay. They're actually between medium and short range. They're in a position where I'm going to call it short range.
That's 1 purple.
That's 1 purple.
3 success, 1 advantage, 1 triumph. So I think I'm gonna need to use my triumph so I can actually fire again.
Now you with the triumphs tonight, using up all the luck for the party. Okay, yeah. So you can hit 2 targets. How much damage for each?
So it will be 16 for the first one, 13 for the second one.
Okay, 2 of them die instantly as they come out of there. And next up.
Clax is going to be like laughing this entire time. He has not killed this many bucketheads in so long.
Is this guy in front of me dead? Isn't that the guy I killed?
Yeah, he's dead as a door now. You've sprayed his brains all over that TIE fighter.
Yeah, I'll just follow Clax.
There's a beep boop over here.
Is there anybody around that I could kill now? Oh yeah, there's a stormtrooper right there.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna peek out and shoot him.
Okay. It's the same difficulty. He's 1 purple.
Can't find my dice rollers. Here we go.
Remember to upgrade if you're going to use both pistols.
Yeah, I'm just gonna aim and shoot him. Oh, it's a boost dice because it's got accurate.
Okay. You roll 2 extras because you said you were going to aim. Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
4-2. Gun crits on 3, of course it does. Alright, so that's 4 plus 7.
He's
11.
dead. He only has 10 hit points. With his, he has 5 soak and 5 hit points. That's why I said the TIE fighter pilots actually have more wounds than the stormtroopers. It's hilarious. So you drill him, effectively eliminating that threat. Who's next? It's worth noting that the way you control the droids there, Mr. Clean, is you actually make a leadership check to give them orders, and then they get a separate turn on your turn. I should have mentioned that.
Okay.
I should have mentioned that earlier, but I didn't. I'm bad.
All right. Well, I guess this Treadwell could try to make its another mechanics check, but I'll do a leadership first, and I'll say, "Hey, did you forget how to work on Sinar stuff? You gotta hit all of those purple wires right there."
Okay.
And the cleaning droid.
Give
Where
yourself
am I gonna go?
give yourself an extra yellow dice because you knew who made TIE fighters. It's okay. I'm going to give you a setback for saying that.
So still 2 purples though for my leadership.
Yes. Awesome. So I rolled the droids, and they got 2 successes, a triumph, and a threat. So, because both of them get to go, the TIE Interceptor is now more or less ready. It just needs that power supply installed.
Alright, I've got the grenade and I'm ready to use that as the...
I mean, you're gonna take it apart and use the power cell.
Yes. I was going to reverse the grenade as opposed to...
It's
like Turbo.
It's
like Turbo.
It's a theater of the mind tabletop RPG. Your phrasing is really important. So
Plugs the grenade into
This
the,
button do.
I pull the pin and shove it in the seat.
So I take my supercharged grenade and I
Mhm.
reverse engineer it back to a standard grenade and use the extra juice in it to charge the.
one purple mechanics check, please. It's getting progressively easier because that ace ground crew just triumphed, and that interceptor is ready to roll. Okay.
Looks like he did it.
That is a active TIE fighter. And so he sits back in the cockpit and makes the hits all the buttons, flips all the toggles, and it boots up.
Hey, Sidus, you ready to fly this bad boy?
Yes. Did it have a? Did it have it? Oh.
You
We're
c-
just trying to get it to the ship, right?
You-
Maybe the maintenance droid can drive it.
You know, I'm gonna start stripping down this guy whose head I blew off.
Okay, everything but a helmet. Well, no, not that guy, because that guy got shot with an acid gun. His suit is ruined.
First guy.
Yeah, that
First
first guy. Where you didn't really even specify where you shot him.
No, he just died.
I'll say you get most of a suit, but you realize you're going to need other parts. So you're going to need to either take another TIE fighter pilot relatively alive or shoot him in specific parts. We're going to say you blew out his helmet, and you need another helmet because that's an easily identifiable piece.
Don't shoot the one I know is alive in the face. Got it.
You've already shot him in the leg and the arm, so he's got a working helmet, and you know it. Okay, I think it's the baddie's turn. No, Lucy hasn't gone.
I'm gonna
Yeah, we're
try
gonna
to
get
park
Lucy to
the
come
ship
back.
now.
You're going to try to what?
I just want to park the ship inside the mag field.
Okay.
It's too scary spinning around.
Okay, you bring the ship in the mag field. I'm not going to make you roll for that. Do you want to stay in the ship, or are you going to get out?
Is the door still open?
Both of these doors are closed. If you're talking about these doors on the side.
No, I'm talking about the doors on our ship.
Oh, the shuttle bay door for the Leapfrog is automated. You don't even have to pilot it. You just press a button and it auto docks. The TIE fighter is going to be going into a cargo bay that's been makeshifted into a hangar. That's going to be a whole nother thing.
Okay.
But you're not quite there yet. You still need a helmet, and you guys know where to get one. But I think that now everybody's gone. It's the bad guy's turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. These guys have finished doing the thing that I was having them do. These guys would get the call to go get off their asses and would run out here. The only active threat that would be reasonable are these guys who are going to move up here and tiptoe around. Now, anyone who sees these guys, because right now no one actually has line of sight on these guys moving up, they're going to get a reaction to shoot at whoever pokes their head out first. You guys are going to get a perception at the same time. So it's amongst the people there to decide who wants to do it first, but I need a perception from whoever sticks their head out first, and I need to make a roll for them.
I guess it would make logical sense that Clax is currently sweeping the area for people to keep everybody else covered, so he'd be the one doing it.
It does make logical sense, but I thought there was an argument too for Sidus. I mean, hell, there's an argument for anyone, but I figured it'd be one of you two.
Sidus has 3 hit points and no armor.
Well, go ahead and let Clax do it.
Okay. So Clax comes around the corner. Go ahead and give me a 1 purple perception. And do you have any defense rating?
Advantage. I have no defense. I just have like 6 or something. So
4 soak according to the sheet.
plus my armor that I'm wearing that's not on the sheet that gives me another 2.
Okay. Alrighty. There's 3 of them, so
I just got an advantage.
you just got an advantage. Okay, you didn't see it. I'm gonna call him medium range and in cover. It'll work both ways. Okay. You get hit for 14 damage. You hear the sound, if I can get it. After you get shot, you hear that sound from over here.
He didn't hear the sound.
I heard the sound. I don't know if anyone else got to hear the sound, but there was a sound.
What was the sound?
If you have your tabletop sound turned on, you heard it.
I just heard a little boom.
Yep, that was the sound. That was the sound of the guy with a rocket launcher fumbling one of the rounds.
Oh.
Okay, so Clax now gets a turn since he stepped out in front of these guys.
Well, I'm able to see the one trooper right now that looks like a normal trooper and the pilot.
That is correct.
Okay. I'm going to shoot at the 2 of them, but I'm going to be aiming like leg shots, knowing that my buddy now needs a pilot suit of armor, trying to take them out without damaging the helmets.
Okay. I'm going to upgrade your difficulty by 1. So give me a... No, I'm going to upgrade, not add. So it's going to be 1 red, 1 purple, 1 black.
1 success to advantage.
Okay. That's enough for both. So
14 for the first and 13 for the second.
that's enough to do the job. So you kneecap both of them. Well, however you want to do it. You can describe it.
Effectively, I'm like blowing the stormtrooper into the kneecaps of the other guy and then just taking out his kneecaps.
Okay. You've kneecapped those guys. There's a lot of movement. You can hear guys from where Clax is at. You won't need a perception check to tell that this stormtrooper and this Imperial pilot, they're trying to like take cover behind these TIE fighters, but they're definitely like trying to move up, and they're definitely talking on their helmet comms.
I will turn and say, "There's at least 1 dead pilot with a good helmet. I think I got everybody over there."
All right. Who's next?
Let me go get my helmet.
Okay. If you want to take your action as a maneuver, you can get over there in 1 turn. Okay. You get over there. There's definitely a helmet on what's left of a TIE fighter pilot who is missing legs. He's still alive.
Evan, is that you?
I make sure his gun is not within reach, or any grenades or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, narratively, he's alive. But yes, good thing. You would absolutely do that.
Yeah.
He's not going to pop up and shoot you in the ass, though. Don't worry.
And then I tell him, shh.
Okay. That's going to be Sidus's turn. He now has the helmet he needs, and he has a flight suit. Who's next?
I still like the idea of making a ginormous explosion as we get out of here.
Well, I'm dropping a thermal detonator on the way out.
You're already doing that?
I didn't tell anybody, so it's not like you know.
You might need more than a thermal detonator if you want to destroy the whole facility, but it'll definitely do damage.
mean, but Randall does know Sidus has a thermal detonator because he tried to take it from him.
Yes.
No, it's mine.
Um.
My precious.
If
Alright, so this-
if Randall wanted to, Randall knowing what he knows about explosives, he could definitely tell the rest of the party that the most effective way to destroy these TIE fighters would be for the interceptor to just turn around after it gets out of the bay and fire back into the bay. There's gonna be a fuel line in there somewhere.
And a
Yeah.
thermal detonator.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna head over to the leapfrog, and as I'm walking over there, I'm letting Sidus know, hey, this is the weak point, and this is how you can cause a chain explosion once
Yeah.
you're driving a TIE interceptor.
More to the point, each one of these each one of these laser cannons, one shot of it is 3 times the damage of a thermal detonator, and you have
I give
you
my
have 4
thermal
of them.
detonator. I give my thermal detonator to Randall. I say thank you, and I giggle maniacally.
Okay, that's Randall's turn, Mr. Clean.
What's wrong with this other tie?
That one, there's a blood stain on the front, and it needs the same reboot procedure the one just had. But you do have another energy cell.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We don't have
I'm gonna,
room for 2 of them, right?
Carry that tie though.
It's okay. We'll figure it out, guys. 2's better than 1.
I dock it onto the ship and just kind of tow it along.
Okay, are you gonna do a leadership check for the droids, or are you gonna try to do it yourself?
Yeah. Leadership check with
Okay.
the droids.
Okay, go ahead and give me another leadership check for the droids.
What's their difficulty?
It's 2 purples to command 2 droids at the same time.
Okay. But I think I have 2 yellow, right? In the leadership.
Yes, you have 2 yellows in leadership by default. Okay. They start doing the pre-flight checks, flipping all the breakers, etc.
Good deal.
What's Lucy doing?
Lucy is running away from the leapfrog, screaming at the top of her lungs like she's in danger. She's going to try to make it through this door and see who's inside there, screaming like she's running away from being hurt.
Okay. The door opens automatically as she approaches it, as it is designed to do. This 8-year-old comes in. This stormtrooper's taken aback. When she walks in, the first thing she sees is that stormtrooper and this officer turn towards her. This female Imperial officer is talking with some hooded figure on the holoprojector and is in the middle of being like, no, we need help right now. We're being attacked by, I don't know, I think it's a Republic strike force. Like, she's completely freaking out and has no idea that it's only a small group of what are you're pirates. I mean, that's what you are. Who are just trying to steal some TIE fighters. And the shock of this little girl running in the room has temporarily stunned the room. If you take 2 strain, you can still have an action.
Are Mandalorians more deception based, or would I just immediately knife boot somebody in the face?
They're definitely
Mandalorians are the ultimate warriors of the galaxy.
that's, which doesn't answer the question, but yeah, they knife boot to the face is probably more her speed. She's also, we have not established that she's an actual Mandalorian, just that she speaks Mandalorian. I'm going to try to get you through this without giving away too many of her secrets. But she would know hand-to-hand combat at an exceptional level. She would prefer to use either her shock boots or her vamp blades. But vamp blade uses brawl as a skill, I believe.
What kind of skills does she have?
David, is vamp blade a brawl skill? Am I right about that?
Brawl.
It is brawl. Okay, so you'd have 3 yellows in your brawl.
The only one I could take out is a stormtrooper.
The only engage range person is the stormtrooper. That is correct.
Okay. I'm gonna scream as I'm coming in. I'm gonna go over to him and like try to hold his hand, just because I'm really worried. And as soon as he touches me, I'm going to slide between his legs, kick him because I have shock boots too, right?
Yep.
Kick him with a shock boot, and then as he falls down on me, I'm gonna vamp blade him in the throat.
Okay. Give me a 2 purple brawl check. Okay. This is part where I have to give away a secret. It works. He's dead.
So I'm now hiding like underneath of his corpse, trying to stay
You're using his body as a shield.
correct.
You would be strong enough to lift his body and literally hold it in front of you as a shield.
I wouldn't want to give away that advantage though, so I'm gonna lay down like I'm doing it.
Okay.
You're telling me this 8-year-old girl is strong enough to pick up a man in full armor?
Not trying to give away
but
all.
you don't see it.
Yeah, I was about to say nobody sees this, so I don't want to give away too many of the secrets, and your characters would certainly not know what's going on here. Just like only Painbot has ever seen her really in combat, and I'm so proud that he's never mentioned all of the details of that. It's just normal to him.
I mean, she took me down in one move. Why would I be surprised when she took down inferior beings?
Mm-hmm.
Totally makes sense to me.
Okay, so that puts Lucy's turn. I think that's everybody, right? Randall got back on the ship. Mr. Clean did his check. Sidus has got his suit. Clack shot the shit out of those guys, and Lucy killed that stormtrooper. Okay, so this group is going to get the order to move forward. Now, I'm actually, because Clax has made such a gory mess of everyone else, I'm going to give them just a very basic chance dice check to lose their shit and have their will break and retreat. And they are going to. These guys are actually going to be like, you know what? Fuck this. We'll just pretend like we never got out of this room. And
We never fight any of those guys in Mech Warrior.
right? They always fight to the death, right? And these guys are dead. Okay, now Lucy would be able to tell from her position that these guys are trying to summon reinforcements. This guy and this officer are they're going to try to shoot her, but she's hiding under the body, so I'm going to upgrade the difficulty and give her cover. So proficiency +1. So 2 of these and 1 of these. They're going to aim. The difficulty is going to be upgraded once, so that's actually that, and then in cover. Almost despair. You were robbed. Okay. 3 successes with a pistol. A pistol does 5 plus 3, so it's 8 total, 2 advantage. I don't have her stats in front of me. I did write them down somewhere. Temporarily, we're going to say she's something ridiculous, like soak of 7 and 19 wounds. So 8 would be 1 damage to her. Okay. And that's going to be all the bad guys' turns. There are going to be a bunch of pilots who I'm going to also rouse now that all the alarms are going off. And the building has started to explode. These guys are all going to get up. And we're top of the round. Sidus, you have a full flight suit. Clax, you don't see any immediate threats. Clean, you are probably 2 checks away from getting that fighter running, if you can get that power supply from Randall, or find another one. And Lucy, you are in cover in the command center, and they've shot the shit out of their own trooper to try to get you.
I get in the TIE fighter that is built for me.
Okay. The TIE fighter is ready to go. It's going to be a maneuver and an action to get it started and up and running, and you strapped in and plugged in and all that jazz. And you're not really a TIE pilot, so this isn't super easy for you. I don't know what kind of check I should make it. Just give me a standard two greens versus one purple check as a intelligence check. Okay, you are able to figure it all out, though, and the TIE fighter at the beginning of the next turn will be able to fly out of the bay if you want. So who's next?
Was I the only one that saw Lucy dart into that room?
Yeah, she would have run right past you screaming. I mean, I imagine that anyone up here could have turned around. Like, anyone in the party could have seen it if she was screaming like she said, or he said she was.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get us to get out of here, but we can't leave without Lucy. I sure as shit don't want to go into a empty room, because I don't like fighting people. So.
It's my turn.
So
Yeah, only person who's gone is Sidus. It's anyone else's turn.
Clack, seeing Lucy having run in the room, will turn and follow her, not knowing what is potentially in that room, in case she needs help, because he's never seen her fight, so he doesn't know what she's doing.
Okay. If you want to take your whole turn, you can get to the door. If you want to make an athletics check, I'll let you push it and strain yourself to try to get through the door before her turn.
And that's with me taking strain to get an extra movement?
Yep, that's whole turn move. Because you can only ever have 2 maneuvers, so however you do it, it's the same thing. But I'm going to make you make an athletics check if you want to get through that door. The way I see it is the only reason I'm letting you do it at all is because you can fly. So in my mind, the only way you're able to do that is to jump in the air, use your wings, and propel yourself at full flight speed over top of this interceptor and towards that door. If you'd had to run around, you'd have never been able to make it.
Yeah, I'll take it to make it all the way to the door, and I'll do the athletics to see if I can make it in.
Okay. I'm going to give you a 2 red athletics check. You just have to pass it.
2 success.
Okay. So you burst through the door, and Lucy gets her turn. I think this changed what Kizik was going to do. Or Kizik fell asleep. That's also a thing that could have happened.
I'm trying to think it through.
Okay.
He's an 8-year-old. It's his bedtime.
Yeah. Well, also, he's playing it intelligently because Lucy would not necessarily want just anyone to see her do all these things. So now there's a witness.
Lucy is going to and kick her. I can't move my thing and talk at the same time. Lucy's going to run towards this lady, jump off of the chair, and try to kick her in the face with her shock boots.
Okay. Give me a 1 red, 1 purple or brawl check. Okay. How would you like to spend your 3 advantage? You miss her face.
Can I roll behind her take another maneuver. Oh no, I already took 2 maneuvers. I do engage.
Yep. We also, yep. Also, technically, you had to get up, but I'll allow it.
Oh, she didn't have jump up. That's all that Waz would have taught her.
I'll allow it. I saw Master Waz do this thing one time. I could totally do it.
Yeah, so she wants to be like right behind her, hugging her back so that she can't shoot her.
Okay. I don't know if that's
Or-
actually going to work the way she thinks it is. I will also point out, for the sake of I know what's about to happen, that, as an 8-year-old, Lucy's really short.
Yeah. So the hugging her back butt area.
Alrighty. So, Officer Lady farts. What?
It was not very nice. It was right in my face, and my mouth was open.
But he's getting pink eye.
So to say, no one's going to laugh at that? Come on. I feel so betrayed.
Pink eye.
That's the downfall of Lucy. She gets pink eye from this.
Alrighty. So, Mr. Clean, I think you're the only one left. Oh no, Randall hasn't really gone. He just talked about going.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that getting a second TIE fighter is worthwhile, because we don't have space for it.
Yeah, but you're not the one doing that.
True. But the only thing I would do would be to help get the second TIE fighter up. And
You can say something to me about it. Hey, I think this is a dumb idea.
yeah. Hey, Mr. Clean, I don't think we got enough space for that second TIE fighter.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Well,
Unless
we
you
could
want-
use it as a weapon or something. But you're right. You know what we need to do? We need to get our ship out of here so we can get the interceptor out of here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run back to the lead frog,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pull my guys with me.
Okay. As you get back here, you're going to realize Lucy's not here.
Fuck, where'd that little girl go?
She went in.
Randall?
She went screaming into this room, and I know that she's good with hand to hand.
So I'd
Only
say,
there was a way to communicate over short distances.
well, even then,
Only there was something we could do, some technology that would allow us to. Oh, it's called yelling.
well, even through the door, you've got comm links. But also, as he turns and Randall's explaining that, because all this happens at the same time, you would see Clax barreling through that door. And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say the next thing you would hear would be gunfire. I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm probably right.
Well, let's see what happens.
That's right. All right, so baddies are going to go. Those guys are withdrawn. The TIE pilots are not going to get out yet, mainly because they don't want to. I'm going to do a opposed check. So that's going to be... And then... Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Officer lady tries to get herself free. Officer dude tries to help, trips, falls. Like he gets temporarily distracted, trips, falls, lies on the floor, like directly in front of Clax as he's tripped over that chair. And it's now top of the round.
He looks at you and smolders.
Clax is gonna be absolutely ruthless and just like grin down at him as he spins up this cannon, just pointing it at his face. It just unloads.
It's a 1 purple check to hit either of them. However, I am going to add a slight upgrade and make it a red, because if you want to shoot both of them, and you can choose not to, there's a chance you hit Lucy when you shoot the second one. If you only want to shoot the first one and no one else, it's only 1 purple.
I'll go for them both.
Okay.
Because it's 1 red.
It's 1 red.
Yeah, the odds are still way in my favor.
But I know some, and yeah.
Is she gonna be mad at you if like? She's never gonna look at you the same.
That's going to be 3 success, 2 advantage. So the first hit is going to be for 16. The second one is going to be for 13.
You kill both of them. Lucy is now holding the lower torso of an Imperial officer.
You go, come on, we're about to leave. Get back on the ship.
Now you got red eye.
In Clax's mind, he just saved the little girl's life.
100% what he thinks. He walked in to see her like cowering behind one of them trying not to get shot, and he just mowed down the room.
I'm gonna hit a bunch of buttons on this thing and walk away.
Okay.
Oh, girls don't look at explosion.
That's not a skill she has, so it's literally what he just said. Okay. I think we're ready to leave. I think we're actually able to slip out of structured time at this point if all your guys are going to do is fly away.
No.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
we're
the
gonna
argument
fly
is.
out, and then you're gonna turn around and unleash hell.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
what is going to happen.
Okay. So
Let's rephrase. That is what I'm going to try to make happen.
that's what's going to happen. And because they're all disabled and there's really nothing they can do about it, I'm not going to make you roll for it because he has all the time in the world to learn how this thing works. And he probably fucks it up 3 or 4 times, but like I said, there's nothing they can do. So for like 10 minutes, he just sits here dumping fire into the hangar, blowing up TIE fighters and interceptors and just blowing the shit out of the space. He blows the front window out of the command center as he's drifting back and forth, and just he's learning how to fly it.
Comlink jammed on, screaming like there's no tomorrow. He won't have a voice after this for a while.
Yeah. Eventually, he nicks a fuel line. Eventually, he nicks a fuel line, and the whole place goes up like the 4th of July. All right. You successfully procured a TIE interceptor.
Hey.
And this group is going to make their way back to the Proto Shadow. Now, the fun part is, because of the way we did the last session, everyone who did this is going to forget to tell the captain or anyone who was on the ground about the TIE interceptor until they find it on the ship. So you guys get it back here. The mounts already exist for the cargo bay. I'm not going to make you roll this time for putting it in because they're not chasing you, so you literally have all the time in the world to get it all sorted out, get it racked in, get all the mounts made, and yeah, it just happens.
All right.
All right.
You kids have been fun.
And as we land to get off, we go, now, we don't tell the captain until he finds it or we need to use it, and then he just gets confused on why we have a TIE interceptor. It'll be great.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. I wish we had gotten 2 of them though. There was a lot of money back there.
Yeah, but we couldn't hide a second one.
I mean, we could if we got rid of the stupid dojo.
We can store it in the storage bay, just for a little bit.
I don't. Do you understand how driving a ship works?
No, I'm not a pilot, just a mechanic.
Right.
Yeah, we're not taking it in pieces and putting it in the stowage bay. We'd have to fly it into the stowage bay. That doesn't work.
Oh, I could have taken it apart and put it in the storage bay. It's still money.
Yeah, you would have taken it apart in space. I don't think we had time for that.
I took one apart in space.
We also had a lot of time.
It's true.
That weird little girl took one apart in space with another one.
Yeah, somebody should look at the leapfrog.
Do we need to fix that now?
I was about to say it's one more thing you probably shouldn't tell the captain.
Yeah, Sidus is gonna go steal some stim packs.
Yeah. He's just going to be in the back to tank when they get back. That's why he didn't go down to the planet. Okay. So, fast forward. We're here. You guys had your little brawl. You're now drinking with this biker gang you've made friends with.
Wait, where are we at with the biker gang?
Oh yeah.
So now,
Oh yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we just had like a end Act 1, begin Act 2.
Did we kill one of them?
We're only
No,
30.
the captain knocked himself out.
Yeah, yes, exactly. We're only 30 minutes late for this transition. We're doing good.
So you guys said you're looking for some spaceships, and then you'll help us cause some damage.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're talking to the Lando lookalike.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So we have no problem working against the Imperials. Jera's not been cool to us. We have but we don't have any like materials. And if you wanted to, help us get our hands on a starship or, some way of attacking the orbital blockade, that would be the best way.
Do you have any leads on anything?
And the only starships around here is the local starport, and they're mostly owned by mercenaries. All the Imperials keep their ships in orbit. They only come down when they need to pick something up or drop something off. They know that they'd be in danger down here.
Well, do you know, what do they need to drop off or pick up?
Oh, they collect harvests from the food. Well, this is the main bread basket for Jira's domain. We make most of the food production for the area.
I mean, if as they're picking up some harvest, there happen to be an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the harvest. You think 7 people? How big of a ship are they picking it up in?
One of them Lambus shuttles is what they usually use. They make trips, I'd say, at least once a month, sometimes twice a month.
But you see where I'm going here? Like, potentially, instead of them coming back with their Lambda shuttle, it's us going back to the Lambda shuttle. But there's probably a bigger spaceship out in orbit, right?
I mean, I'd assume so. I've never been up there.
You got any other buddies on this planet? Any other like-minded individuals that are willing to join us?
I mean, there's going to be some, and there's going to be some that don't want to. Like I said, the ladies that run this place, they probably wouldn't help because, I mean, look at it. They got a good thing going on here.
But our biggest problem right now is getting you guys outfitted to be able to do anything more than how high do those swoop bikes go? 60 feet off the ground?
I mean, you can modify them to do all sorts of things, but as a rule, it's 3 meters is the factory settings.
Yeah, 3 meters doesn't get you in space, so.
That was our point. Yeah, we might have mentioned that.
Yep. Well,
How's your captain doing? So he got a black eye.
he had his feet up on the table for a second over there. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Good. Alright, so you guys need a starship. That's what you're really looking for. I mean, I don't think we've got something that can help you right now, but we'll find something. We'll come back and help you out.
Yeah, man. And if you get an opportunity to stick it to the man, as it were, we're always down. Just let us know. Oh, it's worth noting that there's a administrator at the starport who handles all the comings and goings of logistical stuff. Sometimes he lets us get packages in and out that maybe we're not supposed to. Anyway, his name's Vito, and he's an Ugnaught. And if you need, something moved in creatively, he can probably help you out.
Okay. Thanks. I kind of want to go to the starport anyway and check it out. You said that there's mercenaries that have, ships there.
Yep.
Might be able to just gank one. We're pirates after all.
We're good guy pirates, though.
That's okay. I could put my B team on it. Apparently, they steal ships.
You don't know that yet.
That's true. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna finish my drink. Payne, you pay the lady, and gentlemen, it's been It's been a pleasure.
Wait. So I have access to the ship's bank account?
No, I meant from your bank account.
That's awesome.
No.
I would like to withdraw the funds needed to pay the bill.
From your bank account.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
No?
How do you not have money? Why would I pay for your drinks?
Because I asked you to.
Because you caused a fight.
I didn't see anyone else backing down. And that plan worked out perfectly. If anything, you should be paying me. I recruited these guys.
You are constantly doing that, by the way. Recruiting people to the payroll, so to speak.
I mean, we kind of got to get paid to have a payroll.
Yes, I've paid you.
It's been a while.
I paid you yesterday. It was payday.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
What do you have to buy anyway, robot?
There's stuff I want. You know what I don't have to buy? Your drinks.
I pay the lady while we're having this argument, and I guess why did we come here in the first place? I don't remember.
It's only like 20 credits to pay her, but do you want to give her anything extra for starting a fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give her double what I owe.
Okay.
I think he already smoothed that over last time.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, then maybe he did.
Like 1,000 credits.
If you did give me access to the ship's bank accounts, I could do those things for you.
No, I don't trust you anymore.
Oh, so you want me to buy your drinks, but you don't trust me?
I trust you with $40 to buy drinks. You know what I'm saying?
What a cheapskate.
Okay.
We also came here to recruit people to make Jira's little secret thing insecure so we can call in the cavalry and take it over.
Okay. Well, we had a conversation with these guys. Now they want more equipment than what they've got or what we've got. We'll keep an ear out, I guess. And
No, we're supposed to incite unrest, civil unrest on this planet, so that she loses the ability to use them.
I mean, I get you, but these guys are already on our side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
if
they
we
need
wanted
them.
to, I get you. So let's go get it for them. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go get them a ship so that they can go fuck some stuff up.
You know what's really good at helping civil unrest is sabotage. And you know what's really good at sabotaging things are bombs.
Yeah. Oh, I know a guy that makes bombs.
How about
Maybe
fire?
he can sell some bombs. Or give bombs like Girl Scout cookies.
We should also check back in with other people on our ship that you've left completely unsupervised while we did this mission.
They're not unsupervised.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't trust some of those people.
Mr. Clean's up there. He's in
You
charge.
trust Mr. Clean?
I'm just saying he's in charge. I wonder if he knows that.
I doubt it. I don't know that he knows what year it is.
Alright, you want planetary piloting to get us back up there?
You have to have the shuttle come pick you up. Remember, this thing doesn't go to orbit.
Oh, but we can take it out, right?
Yeah,
And leave this place. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. All right, then yeah, we'll have to call the fucking Proto Shadow, and I guess Lucy's gonna pick up because she's the one that was in the cockpit all the time.
Okay, let me go ahead and pack that base.
Hey, Lucy, you mind bringing the shuttle down and coming to pick us up?
Yes,
We're
ice
outside of
cream,
town.
Daddy. I'll be down in I don't know how long it takes.
All right.
Are you gonna be
You
ice cream?
you are no longer allowed to play Lucy. Ice Cream
Yeah,
Daddy was
yeah,
that
what
was
the
that was
fuck?
that was too far. That's you've
What the
lost
fuck, Jeremy?
you've lost your privileges.
You
He
sick
gets-
fuck.
He gives me ice cream all the time. It's
You
my-
no, it's
Oh man, I gotta
Off the
clip
line.
that. I'm clipping that. You are gonna be. That's my notification from now on.
All from Ice Cream Daddy.
oh man.
man.
Ghostly's gonna hear that go off and be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh no, I'm not even gonna explain it either. Just be like, what? What are you talking about?
That's just Kizik. It's just
No,
like
no,
that. It's
not
just
even.
not even
What
that.
are you talking about? It's like standard Android. I'm pretty sure it's on your phone too.
Can I borrow your phone for a second?
Right? Instead of via
Alright.
Bluetooth. Okay, so we're outside of town. We need a pickup. Lucy, gonna fly yourself in here.
Yep. Storms picked up.
All right, it's been a while, so I'm trying to remember what's going on here.
One of the reasons
We were-
one of the reasons I switched to this map is I wanted you to see this is the main hub for this map.
Okay.
We lost Raccoon.
I made it back.
Okay. So the only place you've been so far is the lodge, which is that building there.
Okay.
I love that this one over here is called Beep Boop.
Yep. That's what he's got. That's what they call him. That's his name. He's Beep Boop.
Have we talked to these people yet?
Only to talk to them to find out that there was a lodge there. You've rolled up and said, "Hey, what's in town?" And they're like, "Well, the town's that way with the starport. The lodge is there." And that's pretty much all they told you.
Gotcha.
We were still on a euphoric high from successfully doing a stealth mission.
You were.
Right.
You were like,
So we could-
you were like, the GM can't possibly have this many maps ready.
No, it
Hello?
was more like it didn't matter. You can't take it from us.
We
Let's,
went and got a drink.
Let's go to the starport then.
Can we wait for our buddies to come in with the ship?
I mean,
they
yeah,
can
but they
pile
can
in the
land.
car.
They can land at the starport, right?
Sure, if you want to pay a docking fee, 100 credits.
Imperial controlled.
You guys
So
have
we know a guy.
you guys have fake transponder.
So it's not a problem to park here.
No, you can park wherever you want. I just wanted you to see the overhead map. So you want to go to town, where the starport is, or you want to bypass the town and go straight to the starport?
I guess I want to see the town first.
Okay. It's raining everywhere on the planet, but I didn't put the rain in the town because it starts to wear after a while.
Understood.
All right. So, like I said, still raining because it rains everywhere all the time on this planet. And here's the town. And this is the biggest town. And you guys have scanned the planet. This is the biggest town on the planet. And this is the size of it.
Huh. Okay.
Captain, you should run for mayor of this town.
No shit.
Actually, Captain, that's a horrible idea. You have more than enough responsibility on your plate as it is. What you should do is pick someone and install them as mayor. It's, that you control.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. There was a quaint little town called Janestown that I remember. It's,
Y'all
I
never
don't know.
got to
This
go.
place it reminds me of that.
We should bring.
Go ahead.
We could make it Painstown.
I was thinking more like installing Mr. Clean, as I am a robot and unlikely to ever be installed as a leader of other organics.
Queenstown. That's got a nice ring to it, I guess.
Does. We just
Alright.
look. We just put Mr. Clean in a tuxedo and we bring him in, and we steal money and have him toss it around. Votes are easy to buy.
We can talk to them about it, I guess, when they park. So we can meet up with everybody.
So as the captain, you're the one that'll have to convince him,
Yeah, I get you.
and you're his voice. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to this.
I see what you're doing here.
We all like it when you play with yourself.
Oh God.
Is
Ice
it-
cream daddy.
Good God, you have issues, man.
Yep. Your privileges are
All right.
lost.
So can we meet the? I guess the Proto Shadow can park in the starport, right?
The starport is too small for the Proto Shadow. It is.
Damn
It is actually when they say starport, they're being very generous. With that,
Parking lot.
with that said, if you really wanted to bring the Proto Shadow down onto the planet, you could just park it in a field somewhere. But you are the captain who knows that costs a lot of fuel. It's a big freighter, so bringing it down into the gravity well of a planet, getting it back out, is a lot of fuel. And as a rule, that's why the launch exists.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll have them fly the leapfrog down.
Okay,
And
that
we'll meet everybody.
yeah, that they can land pretty much anywhere. So here's the town. There's people milling about. A lot of people are giving you side eye, but it's more the kind of like, you aren't from around here, are you? Like, you're a new person, and there aren't a lot of those.
Yeah, Mr. Clean's gonna fit right in here.
Yes, 4 arms. Oh, are these people mostly human?
There's a good mix. You definitely see some non-human races milling about.
Okay.
They also seem pretty well integrated, which for an Imperial planet is not normal.
I want to start listening into conversations. Like, what's the main topic of discussion? Us being strangers?
I mean, when you walk by, it is you being a stranger. Like, they're definitely like, oh my god, there's people. So who you want to listen to? There's some sketchier types over here. There's the park with all like the families and the normal people, and then there's some sketchy people at the park too. And then there's a starport, which is all kinds of sketch. There's, you would notice there's a really fancy car here. That's unusual for this planet.
I'd like to check on if they have an election process.
He's doing this.
Okay, so who are you walking up to and asking about this, and what do you say?
I'm checking the database. There's got to be a computer, like a news thing, that'll tell like recent events.
Notably absent are a lot of computer terminals. It's not that there aren't any, but not as high-tech of a world as you would suspect. Being a farming colony, it's almost as though the Imperials are intentionally keeping the technology pretty low. there isn't even really a local holonet.
They get all their news by word of mouth.
They get all their
That's
news.
gonna work out
They get
real
all
well.
they get all their news by official Imperial broadcast.
Oh, that's even better. I've moved on from the idea of making Mr. Clean the mayor. Captain, they don't have actual holonet here. They only get Imperial broadcasts.
Fox News, huh? Alright.
Only
That's no
bandwidth.
bueno.
What? No, we basically we set up the other news.
Oh, I get you. We introduce NPR.
Voice of the resistance is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yes. We just show footage of us, destroying Imperial assets. I've
Wasn't
got a
there
lot
a
of that
TV
footage.
show that was like that? Well, I'm pretty sure there was like a really short-running TV show that just went in and destroyed a bunch of Imperial shit.
I don't watch TV, Captain. I am a droid. I just understand that for you organics, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a great way to take control.
All right, now, can we meet the rest of the crew in the starport? And I guess I want to listen in to starport conversations.
Okay. You didn't really listen to any of these conversations, but that's fine. If everyone gets their token off the map, I'll switch to the starport.
I don't even know where my token is.
It's probably at the vehicle. I only saw a couple of people moving their stuff in.
I wanted to
Found
talk
me.
with these guys.
I think we put Clax back on the ship.
We can come back here, man, but I was trying to get everybody back together.
Okay. Yep, that's a good idea. All right, starport. Ooh, that didn't land right, and the pilot's gone. Okay. Let me move that real quick. Because that's just floating in the air for some reason.
Master Waz has shrunk.
Yeah, he
So tiny.
scaled himself to the town.
He's so tiny.
So none of the people spawned in either. Okay, so I'll just do this narratively. There's a number of different people milling around, but they don't look like the villagers. You see people in like regular flight suits. There's a mercenary pirate next to this cutlass. There's like a crew of Weekway and Rhodians over here next to this this short hauler transport, and there's a couple of Ugnaughts milling around the exit to this this administrator's office. And the Leapfrog would be able to touch down with the other crew members right in here with this group.
Cool. How's everybody's day going?
We stole a TIE fighter. Been a pretty solid day.
No.
You don't remember any of the discussion of not talking about that, right?
I love that Randall does that though.
As soon as I said that, I'm like, ah, shit. We
It's like the first thing he says as soon as he sees
Yep.
him.
Yep. Good God, man.
not
This
crazy.
is why I pay you the big bucks. You don't lie to me. Straight shooter.
That is not the. I believe what we refer to that as a snitch.
Dark. Oh no, that's that weapon that scans shit.
We made some explosions.
let's
that
not tell the
sounds
captain about this. First words out of Randall's mouth.
It's all right. I don't believe you. So anyway, we're here to meet people and to sow discourse. So I think I know where to talk to a guy, and his name is Vito. He should be over here by the administrative office. We're also trying to find a ship, something that can harass the Imperials for our swoop troop, whatever they're called. So be on the lookout. Something easy to steal. Anybody got anything to say?
Look
We're
for
gonna
a
talk-
ship that we could steal. What about this one, Captain? It's a short haul transport.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that one. It's got a lot of people around it, though.
Yes, and they all look very well armed.
All right. What about this little one over here?
There's one pilot. He looks distressed.
Distressed. Hmm.
Maybe you should ask him why he's unhappy.
I mean, I could, or somebody else could. Looks like Waz is gonna try.
So you guys all just like rush up on this guy who looks distressed, hanging around his cutlass fighter.
No, I think Waz is gonna walk over to him, and I'm gonna go to Vito. Well, hopefully, I'm gonna go to this building.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'm going
I'll
to
let
stand
Waz.
here and creepily watch Waz because this is going to be awesome. Let's see you beat Ice Cream Daddy.
I don't think he can beat that.
Hey, you. All right. First off, so we're new to the planet. What's going on? My name is Master Waz.
Hi, Master Wes. Yeah, we can tell that you're, or I can tell that you're not one of the locals, but I'm not for hire. I'm not sure what you're looking for.
Oh, I was actually looking to see if you had, if you were looking to hire.
No, I'm part of a crew. They have a Lambus shuttle. I run escort for them. They're actually running quite late. Give me a perception check. 1 purple.
Awesome.
Okay. So you fail to notice that the emblem on the fighter matches something you've seen before. But because you triumphed, he's going to turn and be like, "Hey, so you're new to the system. You just came in. Did you come through the Grexa moon base checkpoint to get here?"
Yes. Yes.
Did you happen to see any other traffic there? Specifically, a Lambus shuttle, and he points to the side of his fighter with, like that emblem on it. Did you roll any advantages?
3 advantage.
All right. Since he's
Do they have a mouse droid with them? Is that what you're looking for?
You say mouse droid is like, oh my god, yes. They have a very special mouse droid. It's so you ran into him.
They 100%. How secure is talking in open right now?
There are only 2 stormtroopers on the whole starport that you've seen, and they're like milling around the very outer edge, like out here.
I'm gonna get in real close to him and give him like the sad shake, but then also give him the. But I think we got the information they were looking for.
Your friends are dead.
Is Payne here, and does he say that?
Yeah, I overheard enough of it to just walk up and interrupt. Anything to fuck this up.
He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, that was my brother!" And he's gonna start like
Not
completely losing his shit.
He was not prepared for the trials that was set before him, and he died.
Oh my god! And no, that can't be. And he like starts like turning the fighter on and prepping it.
I record. I just play a video of the carnage that was there, in the bodies, and
Yeah.
us looting them.
Oh yeah, this is going really well. So
He did have. There were some data pads on them that we didn't quite understand. If you we could trade the information.
he stops and he's like, I told my brother this was a terrible idea.
You were right.
I don't give
It's
it.
a shame he did not listen to you.
I don't give a damn about the information. I've got to start. Well, oh man, how am I even going to get home?
So you need a job.
Well, I suppose.
You have a ship.
I suppose I
Now,
do.
That ship would fit on our ship, right?
So, yeah.
If there wasn't a TIE fighter in the way.
If there wasn't a TIE fighter in the way, the Cutlass would fit. With that said, I just need to double check something because I'm relatively certain there's another caveat here that's really important. So this guy, he's like, you've completely thrown him for a loop. Like, you've confirmed his worst fears, and he's having a pretty hard time dealing with it, actually.
I have some things that will help with that.
You gonna drug him?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll make you feel better.
One of these days I'm gonna take the time to actually label all these. Sorry, I'm digging through every card that has a vehicle in it, trying to look for the one card that is the Cutlass Fighter. So he's definitely going to. He's distraught. He's not responding very well to your approach, being very methodical. He's not going to try to stop you from injecting him, mainly because he's not going to realize it's what you're doing unless you're going to tell him in advance it's what you're doing.
No, I'm gonna say your heart rhythms and body temperature are seem a little off. Let me, and then I'll just reach out and
Okay. You sedate.
little pinch.
You sedate him. How hard do you sedate him?
It's not really sedative. I want to give him one of those happy pills.
Okay. Give me a 1 purple medicine check. He's human, so it's not a super difficult thing. Okay. You successfully give him a happy pill. Your one threat is that it seems to have changed his disposition to being like, I should just hop on my fighter and fly home. Like, I should just go back home. I told him this was a terrible idea. We shouldn't be here. I should just leave.
Yeah, no, you can't. These meds are not. You can't operate a vehicle while you've been given this. Yeah,
But
it's unwise.
I feel
How
great.
About, you should. You should. You are high as fuck right now. How about you come with me and I'll introduce you to someone you should meet. We can maybe work on getting some closure for you.
All right.
And I'm gonna take him with me.
He's gonna go with you. Let me find a token we can use for him. Here we go. We'll use this one. Here's a token for him.
I'm gonna go find the captain. Look, I got another one.
So, Payne is going to catch up with the captain in a moment. There's a couple things I want to address here. I remember when I saw Randall's taking a super interest in this quad jumper. This is the only not very closely guarded ship on the whole landing pad. It's in catastrophically bad shape.
Probably why I'm so excited about it.
Okay. So, do you just not ask permission and dive into this thing? Like Scrooge McDuck with some gold coins?
I guess first I'll look to see if there's any like markings on this to try to figure out who might own it.
It looks like there's a marking on one of the panels, and you go to like wipe the dust off of it, and the panel comes off.
All right, this looks like a fun challenge to get this thing up and running again.
Even in their peak, these aren't hyperspace capable. It's actually meant for taking cargo to and from the surface. It's basically just an orbital jump shuttle. So, anyway, you start fiddling with it. And as you do, you hear some sound behind you. And a Treadwell droid rolls up and just kind of beep boops at you. And then it makes a disapproving noise because you're touching it. And it tries to shoo you away from the ship.
Not entirely sure what to think about said droid.
It's gonna continue harassing you for a little bit. We're gonna go back to Dex. Dex, you show up at the administrative building. There's two Ugnaughts at the door. They seem to be having a conversation of some intensity, not like angry but excited, and that you don't understand a word they're saying though. It's their native language.
Vito. Is Vito here?
So one of them stops and turns, and in basic, it's like, I'm Vito, who are you?
My name is Cyro Dex.
Oh, you are the one that just brought... That's 100 credits to park there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I go ahead and I flip him the coin.
Okay. He's like, yeah. Oh, wow. Super amicable. I thought I was going to have to argue. So, Mr. Dex, Captain Dex, and he's like eyeing up your armor and weapons now. He's like, what can I do for you here?
Really, what can I do for you? I don't know if you've heard, but I'm here to harass the Imperials. So,
he is blatantly taken aback at your bluntness. He's like, I'll be right back. And he goes inside. He's like pulling the other Ugnaught by the arm, and you distinctly hear the door deadbolt after he goes inside.
He locked himself in?
Yes. Also, two Imperial stormtroopers may or may not be walking up behind you.
Alright, that's fine.
They're not there yet, but they're definitely walking this way.
I make friends in all the best places.
You turn around, seeing these stormtroopers, and Payne is walking up with a pilot who is like stumbling behind him. He looks like he's drunk. He's kind of skipping.
Who's skipping? Payne is skipping?
Well,
No.
maybe, but the other guy definitely is.
Captain, this is Ardos, his brother. You remember that the place we were at before we were here?
Yes.
You remember that crashed ship that we checked out and found the data pad and all that?
Yes.
That was his brother and his friends. He was supposed to be with them.
But in the Lambda.
Yeah, he's pretty tore up about it. So I told him we could give him a job. He's a pilot. He's got a ship. It's that one over there.
Artus? Is it Artus?
Hey, Captain. Yeah, he's been real
pretty high
nice
right now.
but I think I'm gonna go home. I think I
You
think
can't operate. You can't operate that vehicle like intoxicated like that.
I think that color's blue.
Think what color is blue?
What did you give me?
Yeah, buddy, I think you need to sit down. Can I leadership roll him?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
All right.
You're trying to direct him to do something, so you're trying to like.
Yeah, come over here and take a seat, buddy. Like right up against this wall.
Okay. We'll see if you can get through him. I'm gonna increase the difficulty because he's on an anti-anxiety med and he's had a decent dose, so he's not quite himself.
Okay.
One red, one purple.
He was going into shock. I had to help him out.
He was about to tear off into space and start shooting every Imperial he saw. Okay, that's
All
not
right, man,
that's
look,
that's
that
not
sounds
working.
like a really good idea. If you want to go out and kill some Imperials, I'm not gonna stop you, Payne. Let's let him go.
I think I'm just gonna go home though. I was gonna do. I was really angry, but I'm not that angry anymore. It's Hey, who are you?
Hey, you know what? Don't worry about it.
It was nice to meet you. I'd like to reach out and shake his hand.
Okay. He reached.
What's that check gonna be?
It's not gonna be one.
Okay.
Are you just rendering him unconscious? Okay, that's what's going to happen.
I'd like to catch him and be like, "Oh no, medical attention."
I suppose if you take him back to your ship, you ought to at least take his fighter up there.
Exactly.
I already knew where you were going with that.
Okay, so what you're saying? Now we got this extra body. Payne, you
I'm
gotta
collecting
stop doing
organics.
this. Yes, you are.
They're like
We-
Pokemon. I gotta catch them all.
We cannot do this anymore.
Oh,
You say that.
yeah, but wait till payday rolls around. So the stormtroopers are gonna like see this. They didn't roll well enough to stop you, but you are gonna notice that they definitely take note of the. I'm not gonna call it abduction. It's an abduction. But they're like, what is going on over there?
Nothing. Everything's fine here.
Okay. So you guys load back up in the leapfrog. You see Randall getting like half tased by a treadwell droid that's now actively like trying to zap him with his arc welder as he chases him away from this quad jumper.
Oh shit. Mr. Clean needs to get that Treadwell,
It's like a junkyard dog.
right? Is Waz gone?
Still standing by the fighter. I was talking to a guy, and then Payne injected him and took him away.
Yeah, we brought him back. He's now unconscious though.
I'm gonna see that and get into the fighter.
Yes, you should drive that thing, I guess, back to our ship.
Luckily, the guy had already started it, so all the security and access codes are already put in it.
Good deal. I guess we'll get into the leapfrog.
Okay.
This is not what I had planned, guys. And we'll head back to the Proto Shadow.
Hey, wait up, guys.
Wait for me! This thing keeps zapping me in the ass.
Oops.
I'm gonna have the
We need to get
hardest
we need to
time.
get Payne to do what or we need Mr. Clean to do what Painbot's doing. Although for all the droids.
Okay, I'm gonna move these over here. So you guys are going to latch on the truck and take that back up with you, or you're gonna leave that down here?
Yeah, we need to latch that truck on.
Okay. Okay. You guys get back up into orbit. Waz, you're not really a pilot per se, so go ahead and give me a 2 purple planetary piloting. Or sorry, space piloting. It's a spaceship.
Does this have any plus difficulties, plus handling?
I have a card for it, so it absolutely does. Nope, I lied. It's a 0. Here's a card for it, though. Here, put this over here.
It's not the prettiest of flights, but it happens.
Okay. So you get up here, and there is an immediate problem in that you don't have a place to put this thing. The ship isn't really made to carry the fighters it's already carrying, and you've definitely exhausted its capability.
But
What do you mean it doesn't fit?
Yeah, I thought we retrofitted one of the cargo spaces to hold one.
There's a TIE fighter in there. Or was that to the rest of the crew?
That was the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
Look, we refuse to acknowledge that we were told there's a TIE fighter in there.
Okay.
He was serious? When he said he went and stole a TIE fighter, somebody explain something to me. How?
Can you do it quick? I'm uncomfortable out here.
But you would be more uncomfortable if you were in a TIE fighter out there. The air conditioning and heating in those things is just fucking awful.
So, we've got to. What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do with this? How are we gonna fix this? This is why we need to have discussions.
Just dock it to the ship.
And then he gets stuck out there.
No, if you dock it to the ship, you come through one of the docking bays. It's not. It's sort of attached to the ship. It's not a safe way to travel, but it'll hold it. Right?
So you're gonna jump from the ship with a roll of debt tape out to the thing and bring me a spacesuit?
I think what he wants to do is he wants to use a docking collar to try to the airlock underneath the bridge to try to dock the ship with it. And he is exactly right. It's a flexible umbilical. And you can, make it seal around the cockpit, open up the cockpit, and spacewalk back in. But you can't move the ship in any significant way once it's docked like that. It's not like a hard dock like you'd have for a TIE fighter on the bottom of a Gazanti. It's a flexible, docking collar.
Exactly.
So
But I already have another solution for the rest of it. Yeah, Captain, you remember those bikers who said they needed a spaceship?
Yes.
Well, now we have a spaceship, and if they don't want that one, we have a spaceship with a pilot who is in dire need of a mission that involves murdering Imperials.
Yeah, we can hook him up with the sloop crew.
It's a great idea, Captain. I'm so glad you thought of it.
Well, that's where I was going with this from the beginning. I'm glad we're both on the same page.
Wait, no, I had no idea.
Yes, we just discussed this. You
I have
said,
not
"Hey,
manipulated you this entire time. That's false."
we're on the same page here." It's not manipulation, though.
Exactly. That's what I said.
I'm gonna rub my temples and walk away from pain. This robot is pissing me off.
Are you in distress, Captain? Do you need medicine?
You come at me with those fucking needles, bro. I'm gonna snap them off.
Oh.
All right. So, yes, I agree. I think we should take a look at the sloop crew and take a look at this guy and his little ship.
Okay. Well, at this point, Ardos is starting to adjust to his meds. but he could probably use some time in the med bay. Unfortunately, Sidus is occupying the Bacta tank. And this may be the first time that either Payne or the captain noticed that he's actually been shot.
Titus has been shot?
Yeah. Like, he's been shot in the chest, and he's in the Bacta
What
tank.
the hell is going on? Oh, I'm gonna go talk to Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean, you got some explaining to do.
No,
Yeah,
no. You can't do it. It's not the right voice.
What?
I was doing Mr. Clean before he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been 2.0 is so much better and worse.
Damn. I'm hurt, yo. I was gonna make Clax explain everything.
Yeah, there you go. Have Clax do
It's
it.
gonna be like it's all Clax's fault. It's he made me do it.
Lax fell asleep.
He probably did.
Yeah, it was late. I mean, he's probably not used to being up this early or late, whatever.
Haven't heard him for a while.
Yep. No. He's definitely AFK.
Oh, he's not in the Discord chat anymore.
Yep. All right. Well, you know what? That's cool. Randall, you need to explain what happened. It was all your idea.
Well, we figured we could use a TIE fighter. It definitely provides some additional capabilities and some flexibilities for the team. Yeah, between Clax, myself, Sidus, Lucy, and Mr. Clean, we managed to find that there was an Imperial base near where the Proto Shadow was. Get there, take a TIE fighter, get the TIE fighter, as well as destroy the crap out of that base.
Well, which we had to do, Captain. That's gonna be Mr. Clean because they were gonna shoot you because they were TIE fighters and they were at the planet. And you guys were blowing up the base and.
You took an 8-year-old girl on a mission? Mr. Clean!
Captain, that 8-year-old girl is actually one of the best fighters I've ever witnessed.
Dude, there is something wrong with this robot, okay? We are gonna have to fix... Mr. Clean, you're gonna have to look into this.
Mr. Clean
This
touches
robot-
me, I take his feet.
But
All right.
some of the collateral was that Sidus took a few shots.
So, Sidus has been shot. There is a TIE fighter in the bay. And...
Ooh. Now that the captain knows about it, Dex, give me a warfare check. 1 purple.
Is there a tracker on it?
Yep.
Right?
You can still ask the question whether you pass or fail, but if you pass, you will know for absolute certain that there is a tracker in the TIE fighter.
It's just a 1 purple.
Yeah, it's just a 1 purple. Which can then lead you to the questions you're going to ask the crew.
Alright.
Did you ask?
When you got the TIE fighter, who did anybody look it over? Did anybody do any flight checks?
I mean, Randall was all over it. He got it started super fast.
Okay. And when you got it started, it was super fast because it was already running?
No, it was
Well-
completely dead.
Well, yeah, no, we kind of blew up the base.
Okay, did you sweep it for anything? Like tracking anything? Bugs?
So Mr. Clean gets that oh shit look on his face. It's like, yeah, we totally I'll be right back. As he runs out of the room.
Okay, so that answers that question. What? I can't believe you guys took the little girl on the mission. That could have been really bad.
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
You have no
What?
idea. Yeah, have you not been paying it? She's deadly. I saw her drop out of the season and kill 2 stormtroopers who had to drop on me.
I think you might have that a little messed up.
I play the recording.
So we've established that you only keep important stuff.
Oh, that's important.
But you thought it was normal, remember?
Yeah, it's fair. I did.
Yeah, see, it is normal, right? Totally normal. She's a normal little girl, and you can't take a normal little girl on missions
Why not?
because it's a deadly mission. She is not old enough to make her own responsible choices
How do you know that?
because no one as 8 can make responsible choices.
Says who?
It says 8-year-olds all over the place that would rather eat ice cream for breakfast.
Is this because she called you ice cream daddy?
Yeah, it's
You
weird,
gotta let
right?
that go, man. You gotta
No,
let that
there's
go.
something wrong with her. I'm trying to tell you, like, she's hell bent on ice cream. She's 8 years old. She doesn't need to be going out on missions.
So you agree there's something wrong with her, but she can't possibly be an exceptional fighter.
I'm saying it's still wrong to put her into danger, whether or not she has talent. Like that, regardless of talent. She's 8.
You do realize we live in a world where that doesn't actually matter, right?
Yes, I do. I do understand. I still have moral quandaries with this kind of stuff. So anyway, what are we gonna do with this TIE fighter?
No, we're gonna offer it to those swoop bike riders we told we'd help out. Get some real goodwill. They'll have a starfighter.
Mr. Clean walks back in the room and he's like, "Hey, good news!" And he holds up a tracking beacon that is still blinking, and he's like, "I found it."
Okay, well that needs to go out right now. You need to remove that from our area.
Well, what do you want me to do? Chuck it outside? It's not going to go
Yeah,
very
that-
far.
Why
Oh,
don't you put it on a it's like a screaming Mimi, except the opposite.
Why don't you throw it with the gravity gun? What a tracking beacon. Tractor beam.
I was thinking more we put it on a drone, but that might work too. But if you put it on a drone, you can just give it some, pre-programmed loops to do, and it'll take them forever to figure it out.
so we just stick it to an asteroid.
I was thinking a remote controlled drone, or I'm sorry, not remote controlled, but automated.
Hey, this thing looks like it's got a little IFF signal on it. You sure we want to throw this out the window?
Explain what IFF?
It's identify friend or foe. It tells the Imperials that it's a friendly and not to shoot at it.
That does seem useful. How do we make it so it doesn't tell them we're not that TIE fighter?
Don't know. Also, I kind of removed it, so I'm not positive I can put it back in right, but I'll try. I was in a hurry. He holds up a bunch of dangly cables that were blatantly just ripped out of the TIE fighter.
Like, is that something I can look at to see as far as how to use this thing?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a mechanics check. This one's going to be upgraded because it's not your specialty, so it's going to be 2 reds.
We should attach that to a missile.
That's what I literally just said.
Yep, but you were trying to get them to trace it, not to say, hey, that's a friendly missile. I should just let that through my defenses. Explosion.
That is like not the worst idea I've ever heard you come up with.
I apparently don't know very much about this.
Hold up. Oh my god. Jeremy, if you put that, you take that, and then you put one of those hyperdrives on it, so that the missile can just jump right to where the coordinates are. Oh my god, that's genius.
I mean,
and then load it with iridium.
At that point, it's a drone. Also, droids are notoriously bad at hyperspace. They're not incapable of it. They're notoriously bad at it. Like, they can make the calculations all day long, but at the whole using it to maneuver thing, they're real bad at that for some reason.
I know that we also have, like, outside of this planet that we're working for, there's another planet or another area that is where they assemble all the ships. And if we had a ship that
Also-
is identified as friendly, that was full of baridium, that just wanted to dock back with them, that would be awesome.
Also, you're having this conversation over the comlink because Waz is still sitting in a fighter trying to figure out how to dock this thing. I don't think you guys actually established how to do that.
Oh, I thought we did the soft umbilical.
Okay. I didn't realize we were definitely going for that. I also saw Waz was still sitting in the fighter.
I'm 100% convinced, metagame wise, that this door is still booby trapped and I'm about to explode myself. But I'll come in if that's what you want.
Yeah, I thought we'd already taken care of that.
I feel like I've booby trapped that door at least 3 times. I don't remember unbooby trapping it.
To my knowledge, it's not still trapped.
Uh,
With that said, I'll go back and review the recordings later and be like, oh man, he should have blowed up.
Pretty sure none of us are so incompetent that we would leave booby traps that we knew were there.
Yeah, I think that's also true.
You are saying that with an extreme degree of sarcasm.
He just needs to put in the password. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, there's now a vehicle parked in your dojo.
Is everybody just on a floating level?
I don't
I'm
think we
probably
really
on the
cared.
bridge. Yeah, I haven't moved my guy around.
I don't think we really cared where we landed.
Yeah, they were just moved in here, but yes, they're just... Anyone who's out here is literally just floating. Because this is all one thing. The mezzanine part is solid. But you guys have like a proper briefing room thing over here. Yeah. There's even a dex in it. And a pane. So we have more than one.
That's not good.
Alright, so we have a TIE fighter, which is cool. It's cool. It's actually a TIE interceptor, which is cooler.
Oh, let me give you a card for that too, because you would have technical details. So there's one of your fighters, and there's the other.
We should see if we could sell it to somebody.
Is that really the best you can come up with for that?
What?
No, we already discussed what we're gonna do with it.
We're gonna make some baridium charges.
No, the swoop bike guys.
Yeah, no, we were gonna sell it, right? We can sell it to him? Sell the plane.
I was under the impression that we were using them. You know, like to sow discord.
Yeah,
Why would you sell them the plane?
because we need money to keep flying.
The Republic is paying us. You have a salary now.
I get you. We can take a little bit more. I'm just saying, like, we don't
That
sell
seems
it
a
for
little dishonest,
75,000.
Captain.
We don't sell it for 75,000. You sell it for like, 2, 3, 4 grand. Like,
Trade
hey,
it
it's
for
a
a
delivery fee. Yeah, trade it for a swoop bike.
Then we can sell that swoop bike and we feel better about ourselves.
And this cutlass. We can give them both.
You don't own the cutlass.
We can easily own the cutlass. I mean, for real. Just get that guy out of here. Whoop. Talking about moral problems here.
I think he was a good guy. Like, his crew
He was.
trying to steal the thing.
Yeah, he's actually part of the Republic too. That's another reason I thought it would be good to take him aside before he got himself killed.
I was really wondering if anyone was going to remember that detail.
That he works for the Republic.
Their team was your predecessors.
Yeah, they were the guys that went there before us, and got killed.
Right. Okay.
One
So
of which was his brother, which is why he was so distraught.
I remember now. All right. So yeah, we'll be nice to him. He can be he's in the meeting room with us.
Oh,
Give him a glass of water.
I was about to say.
I stem stick him back up.
I mean, he's not sedated. He's
He
loopy.
was sedated.
He
was pretty sedated.
He's loopy. He's sedated now because he's drinking whiskey and taking anxiety meds. That's a great combo.
Wow. Okay.
I thought this is how we do our meetings, Captain.
This is how we do our meetings. This is tradition. It is tradition.
Okay, 15 minutes till the end of the session. So you guys, I guess, are just planning the next move.
Yeah, I think the TIE fighter will take the swoop guys.
I mean,
here's a good start.
Here's what we should. Here's what we should probably do. We talk to Ardros first. We find out if he wants to team up, take those swoop guys under his belt, and kind of like work with them to cause problems for the Imperials.
Okay, so
Right?
let's.
If he doesn't want to do that, we offer him a job with us. If he doesn't want to do that, we still have the TIE fighter we can give or sell to the swoop bike guys.
So we can skip to Ardos being actually coherent. And we're gonna allow him time, and he's gonna have dealt with the grief that he would have had to deal with, and you guys are having this conversation, and he's going to basically be like, I mean, it's all fine and good to have two starfighters, my Cutlass and that interceptor, but if you really want to break the Imperial blockade of this planet, we're gonna need to do more than that. That's a great. It's a great start, but really, if you want to set up a resistance here, they're going to need more war materials. And I kind of think you guys have a great thing going on. Of you stole the Imperials' TIE interceptor, and now you're using it against them. If you keep doing that, I mean, the enemy's got plenty of war material. If we can get that in the hands of the people who want to use it against them, then the Republic can take over the sector without firing a shot themselves.
I knew he was going to be a good hire. Eat that, Captain.
I'm eating it. Do you think the Imps don't have you said war material?
Yeah, like vehicles.
Yeah, more TIE fighters. Specifically, yeah. I'm a fighter pilot. I would like you to steal more fighters, and I'll start training the swoop guys to be fighter pilots, and we'll wage a guerrilla war, and eventually we'll have enough fighters that we can probably start really doing some damage to the blockade. But 2 fighters is not going to be able to break the blockade. We're going to need many more than that. Or a bigger ship. Or he looks around, what kind of ship is this? How did I get up here? You know what? Never mind.
You were not well. You fell over.
So Randall, are there any more TIE fighters where you found this one?
Not working ones.
Really, not one?
That's a shame.
Yeah.
They were just all busted, and you found one that worked and flew it out of there.
Sidus got a bit excited, and I also encouraged him to make a massive explosion.
Oh.
And we did not have enough space to carry more than one TIE interceptor.
It's a valid point.
That sucks. Okay, well, in the future, where are we going to be taking these starfighters if we've been getting them?
That's a good point. We'll have to help them set up a base of operations, which also will take time, money, and personnel. We're definitely going to need to recruit more than just a swoop gang, but I think it's a good start. It's basically the plan that we had before. With our group, we just we didn't have the IFF codes.
Yeah,
That's what was on the datapad.
And your people died.
He just stares the droid down.
I'm just saying, that's a terrible plan. Dying is not how you get it done. Fucking organics.
Aren't medical droids supposed to have bedside manner? He says
What's
to the
bedside manner?
he says to the captain.
Uh, there's something wrong with this droid. I've been saying it for weeks now.
You say there's something wrong about everything. There's something wrong with that girl. There's something wrong with that guy. Something wrong with that droid.
There is.
Mhm.
There's something wrong with everybody.
Clearly.
Yes, that's
when
the
you-
world around
know-
us.
In my data banks, there's a wise man who said, if you find problems with everything, then everything is not the problem.
I'm trying to tell you that the universe is filled with chaos, and there is something wrong with everybody. Everybody experiences some sort of problem, and you're fucked up, just like everybody else.
But I got you a good hire.
I mean, technically, he works for the rebellion, so, or I'm sorry, the Republic. So it's not really my hire.
Yeah, and I think I talked to him first. You just drugged him.
Yeah, I swooped in and stole him.
So are we gonna try to get the? Are they assembling things here? Like, can we just finish a couple of TIE fighters, or we have to actively take them out? Do we have ion weapons on this ship?
We do.
Just a little space ion.
I'm pretty sure we have big ion weapons, but I'd have to double check that. We had something put on there.
If only there were a stat sheet that the captain could look at to tell you the stats of the ship.
I'm looking at
Huh?
it. It's
I
gonna
was
figure out where to put
keeping it low. It's right here.
Vector beam. If only there wasn't this blue hand in the middle of the part I need to read.
Hold Alt.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Thank you. Yeah, we have a light ion cannon.
So we could shoot ion things, or we can catch them in a tractor beam. Like, that's a solid. We just go fishing.
Yep.
Put out like a Imperial distress signal. Get a swarm of imps to come out, and then we just start nailing them. Or wait, we only want to draw one at a time.
One at a time would be difficult, but like not impossible. We'd have to scout areas out. Like they go on patrols. We just watch their patrol routes and ambush them then.
So, Mr. Clean's going to chime in. He's going to be like, we might be able to hold one more fighter temporarily. If all we were doing was taking it to the planet, we might be able to put one in the cargo bay. But we're going to have to do some refitting.
Can we drag it? We can't drag it behind us with the
Tractor beam? Absolutely. But would you want to be able to carry more?
Yes. Maybe we just need a starship dock to like temporarily rent.
I don't think that's going to work in this sector. That would be Ardos saying that. He's like, if you're in space, you are either on the payroll of Jera or you are part of her forces. So there's no like civilian industry in this sector for you to rely on like you would in normal space.
Gotcha.
We need to be able to carry the TIE fighter, or we need to bring them into the cargo bay and then put somebody on them, and then we could catch a couple more if we send it back out.
That's not a terrible plan.
So yeah, that's a good plan. We take the one we have and put out the distress signal like you were talking. And then when they come, we how dark can we make the ship? Like electronically.
It depends on whether or not you're willing to power it down.
Yeah, so if you power it down, how quickly does it power back up?
Not quickly. The main thing that gives off a signature is your engine and your reactor, and that's quite a long boot up and shut down process. I'm getting somebody's TV in the background. I'm not sure whose it is.
Mine.
I mean, still, we could. I mean, we could just show up, like, we set it up for distress. Then we kind of camp out and make it look like we're trying to help the injured TIE fighter. And then when the other TIE fighters come in, we just open fire and take them.
You're gonna have to open fire with the ion cannon only if you want to take them that way. Plus, it's gonna fry a lot of the circuits, and we're gonna have to. I mean, it's definitely gonna be a refit and put them out. It's not gonna be a just hop in them and take them.
Well, the only other alternative would be
It's not a bad plan. It's just
we could
there's extra
technically you
steps.
could also use a Burpin sniper rifle to take the pilot out, and then go pick it up.
Do you have a Verpin sniper rifle?
You just have to find one. The captain's rich.
I am not rich. We'll just have to look for patrols with 1 or 2 TIE fighters, and then try to catch one unawares. I mean, that's how predators work.
Okay.
We'll just prey on them.
I like what I'm hearing. I feel like you guys need to spend some time in the Discord throwing ideas back and forth over the next couple weeks, so I can set up a scenario for you, because it sounds like you're going fishing for TIE fighters, which I think is a great plan. And I wouldn't limit yourselves to TIE fighters. There's like Lambda shuttles and other things that Imperials use that might be useful. So
You know, I like the idea of using the we watch and we find a route, then we place the interceptor with the distress signal on the route, and then they show up. That should limit, as long as we watch for patrols of 2 or less.
How hard it would be to retrofit this TIE interceptor with ion weapons?
it's not impossible.
I'm like Randall.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun challenge.
The main challenge of that is going to be finding the ion weapons to put on it. Those are if you find them and they're the right kind, then yeah, I mean you can refit a TIE fighter to carry ion cannons.
Listen, it's kind of like a grav or a rail gun that shoots ion grenades.
So there were TIE interceptors that were refitted with missile launchers during certain campaigns, and that is also not something that is beyond Randall's capability to build a ion missile of a certain variety. This is a technology in an era where that would be possible.
What we need is an ion net.
It's called a Connor net, or it also exists in the Star Wars universe.
Or we can go the other way and just like see a couple of TIE fighters on the ground, or the next time one of the Lambda shuttles comes down. There's a lot of different ways to take some stuff.
Yep, like I said, you guys need to throw a couple different plans around, see what you guys like.
Okay. We'll come up with something.
I think it's been a successful session. I'm very happy with how everything turned out, and that you guys actually stole the TIE fighter. Makes me happy. And we're going to call the stream right there.